Steven. Hello.
Woo! Hello, Steven.
Woo. We thought you forgot about us, or you didn't like our wishes, or
Yeah, any of those things really apply.
something.
All right.
Just, talking about potentially firing somebody.
Oh my God!
There's so much happening. Oh no! Okay. Well, we have started D&D. We will talk about all this crap later. With that,
For those of you listening at
we
home,
left.
don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Our heroes, they had just acquired a mass of magical items, as well as reuniting with one of their companions who has been with them ever since they fought the creature they now know as Tazmare. Well, and didn't fight with her, but fought with some of her underlings, and temporarily rescued Nauseous Ben from her clutches before she decided that he should probably die. Taken came back with some memories. Not only of his life, but also of Alaral's, because it would seem that that crystal rime that was on her body and fused itself with Taken, tying their souls for a moment. And he recounted these tales to you, along with presenting a pair of icy gauntlets for his friend Abraham, who he told remembering meditation kept him sane in the darker moments. With that, we come back to Nemrarianth, sitting amongst the stone, looking very regal, because that's what dragons are good at, and awaiting what other wishes you might have. You have already spoken the wish and had it granted that Abraham come back to you. And now, we are just looking for the other two. With that, I will drop you guys back in as you can discuss at length what you might want. Oh, and before I forget, because I remember and now that I had no video for the last one, I'm gonna show the items that they got. This is the Circlet of Red Dragon command. This is the Deck of Many Things, which is very, very short description. You don't need much for that one because it's random as all heck. There is the gauntlets that Abraham received. Very pretty, very nice. Nemrarianth's prismatic crystal, which is also very pretty, also very nice. The Rod of Galactic Might, which I really hope you guys read through with that wall of text because it does a lot of cool stuff.
It's a lightsaber.
Yeah, at least part of it is. The Tri-Barrel Rift Cannon, which I'm pretty sure that Vasul is very excited about. He is not with us currently, unfortunately.
It's not a bow and arrow.
It's definitely not. I'm calling it tentatively a crossbow. But honestly, if you know how to run a crossbow, you're gonna know how to run this. That's how we're gonna flavor it. Anyways, there's all of those, as well as 2 rings that were grabbed by Vasul, I believe, and have not been identified. But I'll just tell you guys. One of them is a. Let me make sure that I'm not spouting nonsense. But one of them is a ring of stars.
No rings.
No rings.
That was for the circlet, specifically the circlet.
I know.
I know you know. Okay, ring of stars, and the other one, because Nemrarianth is just gonna give it to you, like he's just gonna identify it for you, unless Vasul keeps it in his pocket for some reason. So it's a ring of shooting stars.
Possible.
Is there a
Ooh.
pop-up?
There's not a pop-up for this one, but I have.
Okay.
They literally have like an item,
Oh, they're real?
info, like an info thing in.
Yeah, they're totally real.
They're
Well, I mean,
so
like,
real.
he
You
said
can
that he
wear
I
He
them.
know.
homebrewed some of these. You know what I'm saying.
Yes,
God.
they are
Real,
not.
and they're
They are not
real.
homebrewed content. So the ring of shooting stars, as well as a ring of telekinesis.
Thank you, Isaiah.
Oh, I forget. Vasul's wearing them, so Nemrith would just ask him, and then I'm gonna say Vasul just shows him, and they identify it.
You wouldn't be all coy about it.
No, I don't. Well, he might. I don't know if he would or not. But I'm saying he's not at this juncture. So
Oh, that's
yes.
cool.
Right now they're on his person, so I'll give them to his character. But ring of shooting stars, ring of telekinesis, so that everybody knows that's what you got.
What about the dagger?
Oh, yes.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to make sure it was It's okay. No, it's okay.
know it's okay, but I don't think it's. You know what? While you guys are talking about what your wish is, I will be in the background figuring out this dagger situation.
And then
All
all
right.
of those 4 like swords that we picked up, those are just like, what are they, like
Long swords.
+1
If
swords,
you
or-
had Nemrurianth identify them, he would tell
Oh
you
yeah,
that
Junior would have held up proudly.
they are
Oh yeah, Junior.
+3 silver swords that can sever. If somebody is casting the astral projection spell, they can sever that tether if they nat 20 on somebody.
Interesting.
He would
And they
also
have,
let
like,
you
the
know that
benefits of,
he's.
like a silver sword, so like is that plus against undead
Wait.
too?
It's a
There's
silver
two
sword,
rapiers
so
and
it's a
two
magical
great
silver
swords,
sword.
right?
So
Oh, okay, neat.
Right? Is
What
that
was
what it
that?
was? 2 like rapiers, 2 great swords.
no. There was 2 great swords. There was 1 long sword and 1 scimitar.
That's what it was.
And
And they're
by
all
the
plus
way,
3?
you guys might not know anything about Gith, but he certainly would. He would tell you that they are made by the Gith. They are psychically molded by these creatures and then presented to them as a means of hunting down their enemies. And usually when one is taken, they will pursue the thing that took it until they retrieve the sword. In this instance, they kept sending people, and they kept dying.
Go well.
So
Dying.
yeah, so they stopped.
They're like, we don't
I'm
need to get
assuming
those
that's a
back.
rare occurrence.
Gonna
I
die.
knew it was the GIF.
Yeah.
My character might not have known, but I knew. I was like a bunch of dead bodies near an Illithid ship. Got a bunch of silver swords. Sounds like GIF to me.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. So it was telekinesis and what was the other one?
Shooting stars.
Thank you.
Yeah, Isaiah posted the link in.
Yes, and I can literally take them from Roll20 and put them on somebody's character sheet. I'll probably be putting them on Vasul's since he's got them. But yeah, about anybody can use them.
I
Alright.
pickpocket Vasul.
Oh, thank you, thank you, Emma.
I think his perception's pretty high. How about this? How about this?
While he's just looking at me.
You can roll a stealth check, or no, it's going to be a sleight of hand check, and we'll see if it beats his passive perception.
No.
Okay.
Well, I would, but I'm not. Am I?
Understood. We'll wait. There'll be time. Alrighty. I'm gonna drop these in real quick, and then you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll figure out the dagger situation, and we'll be all good.
Just poll for everybody. Do we want to discuss these wishes in real life or in character?
Real life.
Okay, I was gonna say because it's gonna take way longer to do this in character.
Yeah, you definitely don't.
I call
Yeah.
this order.
Okay,
I call this
I just wanted to. I didn't want to
committee.
assume. I didn't want to assume.
How does a bill become a law?
Schoolhouse Rock. Let's get that. Can you play that music for us?
I'm
Did
a
you
bee
watch
on
the
your
50th anniversary? Because I did.
I.
Oh, Schoolhouse Rock.
Anyways.
Underwear. Okay.
So as I said to Steven earlier, are we down to those 3 things, or did we have to include Vasul's being free from the Orzhov in there to make it 4?
I'm gonna say I vote against
Or are
Vasul.
we getting rid of the gold one altogether? So then now we're back to 3.
I was gonna get rid of the gold.
Yeah, so it says an object worth up to 25,000 gold.
Right, but we already
So
have like
that's-
40 something, right? So is that worth it to us?
Let me just real quick double check something. We have
Yeah.
43,200 in the bank.
Holy! And then Emma's got a bunch on her, right? A bunch of platinum on her.
And it
I
does
do.
have a lot of platinum.
Accidentally.
Actually, I have a grand total of 20 gold. Apple does.
And
so-
I've got a goblinoid headdress worth 250 gold pieces that I've been carrying since level 4.
Um.
Why aren't you wearing that shit?
So wait a
Yeah,
minute. Wait
I
a minute.
have
It doesn't
wait a
fit
minute.
my head.
2,350
It's for goblins.
platinum.
It-
Okay.
That was on Abraham's person, correct?
Oh.
Oh,
Is
it's
that-
gone.
It's
it
not
would be
magic,
gone.
so it disintegrated.
And it's gone.
250 gold right down the drain.
Oh.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
also
you guys
have
were really
1% of
gonna
platinum.
break the bank without that 250 gold.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like an heirloom. He's had it since level 4.
I know.
Yeah, it is. It is unfortunate, but at the
Um,
same time, you know, sell it.
4.
Yeah,
So
just kidding.
so
Eh,
is the gold wishes out?
Gold wish is out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
Emma,
I will say I didn't sell the
Angela,
goblinoid headdress because it was part of a
Victor.
lead.
Gold wish out. Are you in favor?
Oh.
Aye.
I
Okay.
loved it, I did.
No!
I just say I didn't sell it.
No, I must have more gold.
Okay.
I only have
All right.
2,300
Ezra is in
platinum.
favor of keeping the gold
Right.
wish.
Fine.
Now debate.
So just to make
Right?
sure,
Wait, what are our
everybody can
remaining two
still
wishes then?
access their character sheet, correct? Because I'm trying to access any of your character sheets, and for some reason it doesn't show up.
I can.
Yep.
Yeah, I
I
can.
have
Sure
mine
can.
open.
I'm just having problems
Well,
with D&D Beyond right
Let
now.
me refresh.
Here, let me try to roll something from it.
Oh, I was too, AJ. I couldn't get into
Yeah,
it.
D&D Beyond's
Yeah,
not working
it's
right
rolling too. for me.
Okay,
I can roll from my character sheet.
let me do this real quick. I refreshed. Hopefully that means I can access it now. Yes. Okay. It was just it having a little hissy fit at me. That's fine.
now. Oh, it's working again, Angela. Angela, it's working
I'm
again.
also
Angela.
Oh,
gonna
Angela, it's working.
vote against
Yes?
Vasul.
It's working. It's working.
Oh,
Hey.
okay.
It's working.
Hey,
Sounds good.
hey.
Oh,
Ah!
all right.
Oh.
Do we know what sword fucking Creed had? Do we know the name of it? Did they ever mention it? Or did they just say you need that sword?
The name was definitely said. I will find it again.
Was it the... Angela, come on. Notes?
That day that you guys said that about my notes, I took like an hour and went through all my stuff, and it must have been a day either that I wasn't there, like I missed, or I had drank too much. It's just possible.
Classic.
I love that those are the two options, though. I gotta be honest.
Those are the two things. Either I wasn't there.
I love it.
Because surely I would have written that down. So,
Yeah.
but I don't even remember the conversation. So I was like,
I think when they met with Nib Mazet, I don't think you were present. I'm pretty sure.
that's
No, I don't
that's
think you were
what
there.
I really was leaning towards that. I usually have some notes when I'm drinking.
Nimazet told us that we needed the sword that Creed has, because it would help us stop Tasmere. That
Is
is
there-
about the extent of what I remember from that conversation.
Is there
What you
anybody that can
remember
roll a
from it?
history to
Okay.
remember exactly what the
I
sword
have
was? or-
proficiency.
Well, yeah. Can you like roll to know what the sword is and
It's
are
pinned
we
in the
satisfied
messages.
with using the different methods that we have to find
pinned?
Creed and the sword instead of wishing for it?
I think there's something to test. We do have Ezra here.
Correct.
She does have the scrying orb. We could
Correct.
see if she can find Creed with the scrying orb
Yes. Okay. So
before we wish.
yeah.
And
So I
I-
just want to run through the list before we like start doing shit.
Okay.
And just
And I
to,
don't.
Money-
just to make
money is out.
sure I let you guys know,
Yeah.
No money. We don't need money.
the what'd you call it? Nemririan's prismatic crystal can also cast Scry. Just
Huh?
to throw that out there.
We can do it twice.
Nice.
And not that this would be a quick way, but I have that magical, or Snack has that magical compass that if you think of an object, it'll direct you to it.
Oh,
So
it's like Jack
so-
Sparrow's
You
compass.
have Jack
So-
Sparrow's compass.
Oh,
One
I
brain.
didn't know.
One brain.
She has a ship
So-
in a bottle too.
Yes.
I
yes.
have a
definitely
jar of
did
dirt?
not steal those from
Oh.
Pirates of
I've
the
got a jar of
Caribbean.
dirt. I've got a jar of dirt.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah, yeah.
So we have, so we
But
potentially
also-
have 3 methods of finding him.
But it would take longer, obviously, because we'd have
Yeah.
to just.
Well, yeah,
go-
it
Did you
points.
fucking
It
sail
points
across
you
the
to
world?
him. You don't know exactly where
it
he
directs
is.
you.
You could have to go
God
through
forbid
all
you
kinds of
exactly.
crap.
Right.
Double.
Well, I
Right.
Yeah.
But is it worth a wish? That's what we're
yeah,
mostly
that's
trying
what
to
I was
figure
trying
out.
to say.
Right.
There would be another.
Totally do it.
Yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
what about my deck of cards wish?
So
Which
I,
which is. I
I think,
gotta read
so
it again.
I don't know, man.
It
So
was
as
Here-
Isaiah
Right?
and I have,
Here's
like,
what I would say to
Yeah.
you, Steven. I'm not even the DM of this campaign,
Yeah.
but if I gave you guys in Albion a deck of many things and you wanted to wish the power of the bad cards out of it, I would say
There's
that
no
the deck of
fucking
many
way.
things has a greater grasp on reality than you
yeah,
do.
it's very powerful.
It's gonna outsmart you at every turn. You try to take the bad stuff out of it, and it's just gonna be like, no.
Because I feel like the deck of many cards is just a deck full of wishes.
Yeah, not to mention.
You know,
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
like some worded well, some worded poorly.
You remember when I said that it had to be an individual, and it had to be an individual you knew well. I'm fine with the individual being an item, but you don't know what the fuck the deck of many things is.
No.
You don't
We
know
also
what you might
don't-
pull from it. So
We also don't know Vasul has it. He hasn't. Told
no,
us.
nobody's
No,
let
he
you
just
know.
pocketed it straight up.
That's true.
So I feel like
what
that's.
if I just
feel like
waste
that's
our
out.
second wish getting that goblinoid headdress worth 200?
Oh.
There we go. There we go. All right,
But
well, that
make
one's back
it
on the
make it
table.
worth like
No.
25,000, obviously.
Easy.
There
It comes
we
back
go.
way more
There we go.
ornate. I'll
Worth-
use it to
worth it.
get in good with Ridgix when we find them and be like, look, I made it
Yeah,
shinier for you.
You thought 24 karat gold was a thing? No, 48 karat.
platinum, baby. You know, honestly, as I was talking through that almost sounds like a plan. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so
offer a
that's-
goblin something worth 25,000 gold pieces.
Oh my gosh. So okay. So potentially,
Okay.
so we need to
So-
test out if we can find Creed / the sword with our 3 different methods. The gold is out. The deck of many things is out. The last 2 are we can figure out if Nemririanth can replace the black dragon in the ascended dragon vessel. But I feel like once we're finished talking about this, I can ask him to inspect it, because as Steven mentioned earlier, that maybe I wasn't even talking to the dragon and it was just the fucking paradox, whatever the fuck his name is.
Did it start when we got to the island?
I got the ascended dragon vessel after we
Well,
fought...
did you have your first conversation with them? Is what I'm asking.
Oh,
Your
When we
first
got here.
conversation with him was on the sea.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was when
So,
we were...
so it could be the dragon.
Exactly. So
actually
I kind of
talking
want to ask. I want Nemririanth to inspect it and see what he can, suspect what it is. Like if it is a piece of his soul, if it is, what was the paradox thing's name again? Just so I have it. What is it?
Pandorim.
Pandorum. I was close.
Yeah, you were
Sorry,
close.
Pandorim.
Pandorim.
Okay.
He's the motherfucker that gave me cosmic cancer. That's all.
Yeah.
Ah, yes,
And he-
indeed he was.
Yeah, and he did other stuff too.
We should have added that to the wish. He can no longer get cosmic cancer ever again.
Well, I'm
At
pretty
least
sure
one
that once we
individual
get
could never get
Piece
it
of
again.
Shit Island,
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, like was I talking to Meslor Giath or was I talking to Pandarin? So we can figure that out. And then the last one would be setting Vasul free from the Orzhov.
And I'm pretty sure Ezra wants to find Amandra.
And
Amandra.
I thought we stopped
I
talking
know.
about that
I
one for a
know.
while. Is that still on the? Is that still something that Ezra wants?
Yes.
I mean, I don't think she's
Well,
ever
he's
not
very
gonna want it.
confident
That's
about
not,
that.
that's not
Well,
something you can
This
say.
is the
Yeah.
kind of
I
thing
want-
that requires bending of reality to achieve.
Right. But,
Probably not.
but
Exactly. Right.
Well, the thing that I worry about with Amandra is
But is
the
it
crow has a
a-
hold on her
a
brain.
wish.
Like,
Right.
he can like kind of control her.
Mm.
So
So-
my thing would be to like free her from like remove him, like not remove him. That would be a bad like term.
Okay.
But, like free
Yeah.
her from his grasp.
Question: Would it not be
Come
better
on, puppy.
to instead just beat her down later with non-lethal damage? Because, hear me out, he no longer has control of her mind. She's no longer of use to him. We've
Hmm.
watched this man reduce someone to death with nothing but a word. So
That's
maybe we
true.
wait.
Is he a
That's
warlock?
true. I just don't know if Ezra will be able to participate in that fight.
Yeah.
I don't see her even doing non-lethal damage to Amandra.
Sometimes you gotta beat down the people you care about.
So does
Abraham
that
Gottrude.
does
Right.
that sum up
I was just
our,
gonna say, is that
our
how
what
Isaiah's
4
life
potential
here?
wishes? Does that sum everything up?
I have a proposal for another wish.
Okay, add it to the list. Let's go.
Everybody has a voice in this forum.
That's
Mhm.
true. That's why we're doing this.
To remove the ankle bracelet.
No.
Alright, so pass.
No. Hear me out.
No.
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
There are
No.
times.
Wait,
No.
wait, no, Victor. For those at home, please recap
Yeah.
what this does.
Okay, so
I remember the story very well. I
Oh,
painted it.
so at the very beginning of our campaign, the very beginning,
He seems to be laughing a lot during this.
I wonder why. Weird. Anyways,
You want me to tell the story, Vic, and you can just call me out if I get anything wrong?
Wrong.
you know what? Go
Oh,
for
Emma,
it.
I was just gonna shorten it down.
So we were questioning goblins in the 10th district.
That was just the one I wrote earlier.
And in the
Okay.
middle of a crowded street, Victor thought it would be nice to hand a poisonous mushroom to a goblin, murdering them in plain daylight.
Okay.
And then
To be
proceeded
fair-
to kill the
Uh-huh,
other
uh-huh,
goblins
uh-huh.
that were with that goblin. And none of us intervened. We were just like, this man's doing his own thing. And then the Boros showed up, and I turned him into the authorities with a painting that I had painted of the scene, featuring Vasul standing with a perfect stealth score, like perfect stealth roll. Nobody was paying attention to Vasul, but he is captured in the painting. Yeah, and then he went to prison.
And
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 then,
we had to
and
get him
then
out on
they-
parole.
Yeah, and
Ishmael's
Ishmael
your
is
fucking
his parole
parole
officer. Uh-huh.
and then
It's going
And
well.
basically,
It's going well.
This little wrist bracelet
Uh-huh.
thing
Armband
just
thing.
informs the Boros Legion if Victor is thinking about blatantly murdering anyone in the street again. So no,
Uh,
my vote is to keep it
No.
on.
Yeah.
okay.
that's why.
To be fair,
I can't knock you out with a
To be
single
fair.
slap anymore.
this was before I actually knew how to do non-lethal damage because I did want to just like put them to sleep or like knock them out, but I didn't specify that enough. I thought I did a little bit.
So
but I
yeah,
guess
the
not
unfortunate
quite
part.
Kidnapping in
with
broad daylight is
Right.
I am a
So-
little bit sorry about that. You rolled a natural 20. It should
Mhm.
not have been bad for you, but you were looking for a poisonous mushroom, I thought. And so I made it a really poisonous mushroom.
Yeah, which is fine.
I am
You know,
sorry.
unfortunate circumstances. It's okay. However,
I think I hit all the beats though. I think I got all the details.
so my argument as to why I think the
Oh right,
bracelet
and
should
you
come
poisoned
off-
him
Uh-huh.
because they mentioned
Uh-huh.
your eyes, the
Oh,
most
that's
striking
right.
feature that you wrote about your character. That thing that literally everybody notices first thing.
And I love
I mean-
that. I honestly, I love it.
Yes. Yeah, like I have no rebuttal on that one. But anyways, I feel like there are times when Victor holds back a little bit from being a little more like, "Hey, I'll kill you," like to somebody, because if he does that, then, you know, ankle bracelet,
Yeah.
you know, back to prison kind of thing. Hmm.
So you want to be able to intimidate people
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I don't.
with the bar,
I feel like
with a plus 15.
I feel like my Victor's mushroom soup making days are ahead of
Right.
him,
Yeah.
and his murdering random people in the street days are far behind him.
I
Here's a
feel
thought.
like we are not
Also-
going to be talking to random people very often for quite a while.
Exactly.
There is also the potential that I could just, you know,
Yeah,
get it off
We could
of
we
you.
could just
When-
talk to the Boros Legion.
Yeah,
How about this?
without the wish, you know, like.
How about
like
this?
a parole officer, or some shit.
Don't worry about worry about using a wish for that. If you asked Nembrarian, he has access to the disintegrate spell. So
Ah.
if you just want to disintegrate, it, you can do
Disintegrate
that.
this bitch.
Accidentally
Sweet.
misses, hits Victor.
I mean, it's
How
always
about
How about
possible.
this, guys?
He-
We're not
he can bring it
allowed
right
to
back,
like
though, right?
wish for like personal fucking like things like that. I don't know, like
He just kills him
Amandra,
and then brings him back without the
like
bracelet.
I see what you're saying, Steve. You're saying like for the good
Yeah.
of the umbrella, the big picture.
yeah, let's umbrella some shit here. Like,
Yeah.
let's
instead
cover
of-
some big things
I see.
instead of like, oh, I got a hangnail over here, bro.
I think it's not necessarily a question of big picture versus small picture. I think it's a question of, you know, the wish. Like by all accounts, Abraham should not be here. The wish
Correct.
was 100% necessary to bring him back.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I think we should keep it to. Things that we can't just do.
Right. That's
Right,
why.
yeah.
Amandra,
yeah.
we can just try to save.
Right. That's why I keep like going back to the Creed thing, but I know that he blasted himself onto another plane or whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
we have
been
Well, I
no
remember we
fucking
tried
clue
to
where he
scry
is.
on him, and
No,
he
Yeah.
blocked it.
brought him back to our plane.
Oh, did he?
This I did write down. Let me get to
Oh,
it.
okay. So, and then I also added another one. We can just wish for, you know, a ring of 3 wishes and get 3 more wishes.
You're so smart.
Isn't
We
that
did.
I wish for more wishes.
That's what I was about to say.
More
That's
wishes,
like the-
please.
the-
Could just wish for one of us to be Planeswalker.
There
wait,
we go.
wait. Let me
Sold.
find it again.
Get the
It's
ability to
actually-
class plane shift multiple times a day. Will.
That would
Shazam.
be
Or once a day.
I
I
do
know
have the
sometimes plane shifting can take a
I
while,
have the plane shift spell.
but can you cast it for free?
Of course not. What a silly question.
Exactly.
What a stupid
So-
question.
I'm so happy I always date these entries because I'm like, this was almost 2 years.
So,
Yep.
so should I strike through the find Amandra and the crow, and then that means we're down to 2 wishes and we're good to go.
Well, we're not. We've got one wish of maybe finding Creed. What the fuck's the second wish?
The
We could-
Meslogia slash
The
Emrarians
vessel.
and the Drag Vessel.
in the vessel.
So here's an idea.
Okay.
So we lost this
Oh, Blade, yes.
particular individual a long time ago. But
Is this a D cut right now?
well, I mean, it's a quasi deep cut. It's not so deep that you weren't here for it.
Oh,
What was the name of that dude?
Nauseous?
I'm blanking on the name. Nauseous, that's it.
is that the guy that's
The
in here?
guy that he got out of Esmer's place during the crumbling of the Chamber of the Guild pact,
Oh.
and then she fucking murdered before he could use him.
Yes, do recall.
Yeah, no, literally, as you were all running through your lives and not perceiving anything, she just swooped in and was like, I hate you.
Hmm.
So.
Yeah.
She murdered him
Straight up
before
dog.
he could really be a state's witness.
Yeah,
So
there was
there's
there
that.
was a point to what she did.
We
All
could
right,
undo
so-
that.
So I added it back. It's revive Nasius. So now we're back to 3.
What the fuck is that? What is that gonna do?
So
Reviving
Nasius was the Vulcan member or like dude who worked at the Chamber
yeah,
Guild Pact.
He gave
got
you your
he-
first mission, by the way.
Yeah, he gave us our first mission. And when the Chamber of the Guild Pact was crumbling, we got him out. We used resurrection on him to get him out.
I do remember that.
Reincarnation, but you know.
I'm just saying, what's
Reincarnation,
the
that's
benefit of bringing it back?
It's how I learned reincarnate.
Ooh.
We just wished for him to be alive.
Oh, it's just nice. Got it.
Well, no, it's not just nice. It brings someone back with knowledge of the enemy.
It's just
So-
nuts.
Okay, so are we satisfied with those 3? Can 1 use our 3 methods to fucking locate Creed, and 2 ask Nemirian to inspect the dragon vessel, and then go from there? We want to RP for a second,
let's do that.
and then go back into this because we'd be able to narrow it down after we RP.
Sure.
Oh, that's
100%.
true. Yeah,
Down.
if he says.
Let's get this ball rolling.
Who do we want to go first? We want to try and find Creed first, or we want to talk to Nemirian first?
Abraham is still just kind of taking in being alive,
Yeah. Makes sense.
putting on
Creed
the
first.
bracers that Taken handed to him, or the gauntlets, that is.
By
you
the
say-
I was
way,
like, wait, I handed you the bracers.
I said Creed first because it's an even roll.
that
All right.
that makes sense. Also, for Abraham, to attune to these gauntlets, you don't need an hour. These were made for you. You attune to them immediately.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh, fits like a glove.
You immediately, as you put them on, feel this chill go up your spine, but then it like almost ignites in a fire. Like it feels warm and good after it's fully done, but it was a little bit of a whew, shiver.
I'm gonna put a GIF for how I feel about that.
Oh, I just put one. Is yours right along the same line? Yeah, yours is good too.
I guess.
So if you're curious at home, for his fits like a glove, I put the CSI Miami meme, and then you put down the what is that?
Ash
Evil Dead.
from,
Evil Dead.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
from- I think it's Army of Darkness actually,
That's funny.
where he like looks at the robotic hand and just goes groovy.
Okay, so Ezra Snack, locate Creed.
Oh, well,
Do
my
your
compass
thing.
is. I'm just gonna pull out my compass and it's gonna point. a
Well,
direction.
you
I'll
have
be
the
like, okay, that
you
way.
have the
He's over there.
scrying thing, but
Yeah,
so
what
does
about
this,
scrying?
so
I have
whoever
to
What about
wants
that
to jump
big
in.
I
That's
have to
6-foot
attune
crystal.
To the crystal. Yeah, 6 foot. That's right. I swear I thought it was gigantic. I was like, well, this is so beautiful as I hug it.
Ezra,
Yeah.
can thou
Time to attune.
scry?
Oh.
Yes.
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 Yes, again.
Torin, can I try Sky on Creed?
Oh my gosh.
Are you looking for him, or are you
I'm
looking
doing
for
very
the
good
sword?
this.
That's what I want to ask.
Ooh, I thought
The
it was one and the
sword.
same.
Well, we really
Sword.
need the sword.
I want the sword because that's what we're looking for.
Oh, if
The
Tommy could hear us talking about it. his character-
That's true
No,
because
we don't mind.
though Creed's mind might be gone,
Yeah.
the sword
Exactly.
is still very much here.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Clever.
Oh my god, I wish I had a character that had a lisp. That would be amazing.
Well, you know what? I'll kill Ezra for you, and then you can.
I could wish for the Revivify
I would
to
like to
not
cast
happen.
Scorching Ray.
Yes!
Yeah.
Prismatic Orb.
Okay. You
Yes.
cast Scry, and you are looking for the sword, correct?
Yes.
All right.
That specific sword, not just the sword.
What is the DC
forget the
for
name of
your
it, though.
scrying orb?
Let me look. Is it based off of me or the orb
It
itself?
is based off the orb because you are casting it from that.
DC 17. It's
Alright.
in Dungeon Dreams. It was pinned.
I'm gonna say the wisdom of this creature probably ain't the best.
Wait, what just happened? I decided to step away for a second.
He's saying the
Oh,
sword's
it's
not
just
smart.
Oh,
DC.
sword dumb. Got it.
That
Put
being
in the
said,
notes.
it is also an ancient entity, so
I guess it's not wise. It could be smart.
That was real close to a 1.
Why is it a 17?
You
I'm not
feel,
gonna connect.
you feel your essence
Cutting words.
start. I mean, is that within 60 feet of you? I think it has to be,
I'm just
right?
kidding.
He could be around the corner,
I mean, he could.
following us the whole time.
He
It could be
could.
60 feet with it.
Just kidding. Continue.
Okay, with that, you feel your essence start to pull from your body as it has every time you've tried to get a view on Amandra and what was going on with her. As it pulls out this time, you feel it's not a full block. You feel as if your essence is almost going through a strainer. Like there's something that is just kind of peeling your awareness back and not letting it completely go to its destination. What you see is a desert. As you shift in closer, you see this ziggurat. Much like the one you saw in Tasmar's portal, but you can tell this one is not the same. It's got subtle differences and doesn't look like somebody has lived in it for a very, very long time. As you pull in closer, you see a creature. One that you only get the silhouette of, but you can make out these large metallic wings. And you can see that they're metallic because of the tiny bit of light that is coming from the eyes that fills the space and reflects off of the metal body. But as soon as you are brought to that location and you see this creature, it snaps its head towards you. And within an instant, you're back. You're sitting next to Abraham and Nemrarianth and your friends.
I wasn't able to get much, but I got a little bit, but I got pushed away. And then I will describe to them what I saw.
So it was a ziggurat?
Yes. Basically like a tiered pyramid.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Central America.
Yes, somewhere definitely in Central America.
LOL.
Were there any other defining landmarks or just the ziggurat?
Desert.
A desert, yes. That's all you gleaned, is that there's a desert. This ziggurat does not look like it's been lived in
so
for a
not
long
looking
time.
forward to that.
Yep.
That sounds awful.
Why?
Traveling through a desert.
Do any of them have?
Shirtless.
Do any of
It's
you
coarse,
guys
it's
have
rough,
any?
and it's irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Thank you. Thank you. Does anybody have any knowledge of deserts in Ravnica?
DM, would I know anything about the deserts of
Roll a history
Ravnica?
check.
Or any of the
Can
other
any
folks?
of us?
It's good to be back, baby.
The
Any of us
proficient
roll?
ones in history. Well,
Damn it.
I would say that Ezra definitely can. Once again, stories, bard. If you have proficiency in nature, you can also use that.
Ooh.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Oh.
I'm not gonna
Roll
roll
20
because I'm not
You
even from here.
you
That's right.
rolled well. Get out of my chat.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I thought. I was like, what?
That's not allowed.
Oh,
Ooh, nature,
Oh.
nice.
Holy
we're really
Damn.
pinning it
balls.
down here.
We know about deserts.
Let's
Apparently.
go, baby.
Couple of desert experts
So-
over
This
here.
man grew up in a sewer.
Well,
what does he know about
actually-
deserts?
So what I'll
Actually.
say. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Actually, what?
Oh, me? Oh, I was just being a.
he was just
That was me.
responding to
I was
the
me.
man
Oh,
grew
okay,
up in a
okay.
sewer.
Gotcha. All right. So, with your history check, Abraham.
Oh God.
What?
Mouth?
Something happened. Okay. With your history check, Abraham.
For a second, I thought that was my history check.
What?
With your history
What?
check, Abraham. What?
Huh?
What?
Yeah, no, I just heard the
You don't
oh,
remember
goodness,
anything.
and I was like, oh, okay. Something happened. But either way, with a history check, you glean, well, not so much as glean as you remember, Mortic talking about ruins off the, what would it be, east side of the Badlands that he usually sojourned in. That sometimes,
Yeah, so basically
his-
like through and past the Gruul Badlands.
and it's more to
There's
the
desert?
east, so it's a little bit closer to the sea, meaning it's pretty, like, it's almost directly south of you. But you remember him saying that this desert stretched down and around, like it stretches far into the east, and then it circles down around the south, almost covering a swath of the eastern and south portion of the Badlands, almost like that Badlands eventually becomes this desert. You remember that desert. You don't remember the name of it, but you do remember. For you, Ezra, you have heard stories of multiple deserts in multiple different places. You have heard how much it can be difficult to travel through, especially if you don't know what you're doing, or you haven't been there before, if you don't bring the proper things, if you don't bring water, if you don't bring proper living equipment, because it gets incredibly cold at night, but it is incredibly hot during the day. Meaning that even the clothes you wear can be important to survival in these places. As well as the tents that you pack. But specifically you remember, and now I've got to make up names for deserts. 1 second.
Name generator,
Yay.
fantasy name generator. Where are you?
Yep, that's where I'm going.
Everybody's favorite moment when the DM has to come up with a name.
Uh-huh.
Let's just hope that it's not like the Blood Dunes or something like that.
It
is.
S- Some,
I'm
And
kidding.
that's what
Oh,
it is
no.
now.
The
Um,
sands of
It
the
is the Blood
Skywalker.
Dune.
sandworms. You hate them, right? Mm.
Haha.
I think the Azure Terrace. That is what you remember. The one to the south, that is what it is
That sounds
called. And you
nice.
remember it specifically because there are portions of it where the sand it takes on a very shiny, like indigo color in some regions. People haven't really been able to
Pretty.
figure out why that's the case, but it does.
It's a mirage.
And I saw that, like, in the orb, I saw that it was kind of doing that.
You did not see any blue. There
Okay.
was no real defining. That was just that was me giving a little bit of something to you because you literally met the DC. You're not gonna
Yeah,
get any
okay.
defining marks from it, unfortunately.
Okay.
But my brain needs to work. You also
Desert.
remember.
Victor.
You also remember far to the east, so past this sea, and then probably another 30 days journey on horseback is the Red Peaks, which are twin peaks that are both extremely red in color, made of a type of sandstone, and there is desert all around them. Oh, they're also volcanic, but they've been dormant for a while.
So it was Red Peaks.
Red.
and what was the
So
other one?
we'll say the Crimson Peaks because that's cooler. The Crimson Peaks
Crimson Peak.
and the Azure Terrace.
All right.
And then Victor knows exactly where it is.
With
He didn't see it though.
with your nature check,
Well,
Victor,
He's-
you are
yeah.
hearing them
Yes, yeah.
recount these
Yeah.
tales. And as they are recounting them, you're going through in your mind what could cause the azure coloration. What could cause this vibrant red sandstone.
Yeah.
And almost immediately you start thinking about elemental forces. Something that you are close to and hits fairly close to home. And then you look out of the corner of your eye and inspiration hits for a moment. You're next to two dragons. Like these very saturated colors probably came from some kind of elemental force, and dragons can be that elemental force. Blue and red,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. Blue dragon, red dragon.
Got it. So that there's a red dragon near the red sands.
So yes,
Or
near
they-
the Crimson Peaks there would
Yeah.
be a red dragon, most likely, and near the Azure Terrace there would be a blue dragon. Namely, the only two dragons you know of that are, cognizant are Tasmere and Rokshaladon. That is what you glean with your nature check.
So we have two different color sands, right?
Yes.
Okay. More than likely, the color of the sands is coming from an elemental power. So, red for our red dragon friend, and blue for our blue dragon friend.
I'd never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
That would make sense.
Right.
What color were the sands in your vision, Ezra?
I didn't see color, unfortunately.
Could one of the dragons have him?
In your vision, there was no dragons present.
And I did describe my vision.
Yes.
Yes.
It also didn't look like the figure was chained or held in any position. It just looked like he was standing there, looking off into a corner of the room. Maybe he was searching for something, maybe he wasn't. It's hard to say, but...
So, what we're gleaning from all of this is that we have a pretty good fucking idea where it is. Like, we could get there. We could get there, pull the compass out.
Maybe, yeah. We could always,
know.
see about hiring a guide when we decided to go that way.
Yeah. Is it worth a wish to everyone? That's the question.
I guess it depends on like how quickly, if we need the sword quickly, then that's one. You know what I mean? If time is of the essence, then
I
it's...
don't
But if
know how of the essence it is
For the sword?
per se.
Okay.
Because it sounds like our issues are in the same general region as our solution.
The sword is with the dragons that
Yeah,
are
like,
Yeah.
we'll pick it up on the road.
We'll be going in, because we're headed that way.
Pit stop off to beat up Creed and take the sword. Or,
back.
work with Creed. Who knows?
Hello,
Who
back.
knows what
I'm
the
Dad.
sword is willing
Torrent.
to work with?
Torrent,
Dad.
Yeah.
could I try scrying on Creed instead of the sword?
You certainly may.
After this, can I get a quick chop?
A quick
Sure.
what?
Catch up.
Re-
He
recap?
had to go take care of
Heinz.
his dog. Is your dog okay?
Tomato.
Yeah, one of the stitches, he just scratched it and is bleeding a lot, so
Oh.
just wanted to make sure that was taken care of.
Yeah,
There's blood everywhere.
Gosh.
You fine.
I'm
We put a
like,
t-shirt
good.
on it.
Good.
Oh, aw.
I was
Alright.
just surprised.
I'm pretty sure I remember Creed's wisdom not being so great. So...
What?
Let me...
The artificer fighter who thought it was a good idea to just grab a sword,
Yeah.
some random sword.
I grab it.
In the
Also-
stone.
Also rolled a 7. Not nearly as bad as the, plus 10 that the other thing got. This time, your essence attempts to leave your body. Are you using the crystal ball to do this? The only question I have is,
Yes.
can the
Who's
crystal
casting
ball
the spell?
cast it multiple times? Does it even mention?
I thought you had the spell yourself. Oh, maybe you didn't have it prepared though.
It doesn't say anything about. Yeah, it says the typical crystal ball of every item is a 6 inches in diameter. While touching it, you can cast a scrying spell with it. That's all it says.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think as long as you
Ponder.
something
that
doesn't
orb.
succeed against you, then you can look at it again. As you
Yeah.
are pulled, let me check one thing on the scry spell, just because I'm curious.
Hmm.
All right. You feel yourself pulled once again, but instead of your essence being sieved through, you feel just a natural, almost like the wind picking you up and taking you. As you are brought you do see sand for a moment, and it is almost like it is flying by with it's very similar to the feeling you had when you saw Pandorim, where you are seeing things, but it's almost like a hologram of what things are. You see the sand, but it is just like a grainy gray, semi-transparent, not really there. You come to the same ziggurat, and the same thing happens. It is like an odd static that is filled throughout. You can't make out color.
Are there
You
any
can't-
colors?
Nope.
Damn it!
It's gray. You sink deeper.
Maybe that is the color.
You see the creature once more. This is more solid. And you can make out now the chains that wrap up along the arm and embed themselves at the elbow. And then nothing but metal plates connected to each other all along the body. The body seems to be more made of these metal plates. You can see where once there was a beak with a mouth, and there is now just this razor sharp point that curves down almost into a scythe looking appendage. You go deeper, and you can see somewhere deep within what looks like a dotted red sky. Creed currently, the one you remember. Feathers, almost an owl-like head. Gun in hand, is currently sitting along this jagged, dark crimson, almost to where it's black, outcropping that is keeping him covered from a sandstorm that is swirling around him. Eventually you make out shapes in the distance, and you can't get a good vision on these. They come in that same filter where they're just these amorphous shapes, but they are humanoid, you can tell that much. Moving through the sandstorm, and you see Creed pull up and look and fire. One drops, and then you see more. There are 3, 6, 12, 20. It eventually gets to the point where he is firing and firing and firing and firing and firing. Eventually, he has to move. He has to take off. He tries to fly. In this space, it is difficult for him to do so, and you can see his feathers are already shredded by the winds. Eventually, he does land once more in an empty, desolate, pot-marked land that doesn't have anything on it but the broken shale beneath his feet. You can see that his wings and feathers are in tatters now. That they are bleeding. And each drop that hits the ground seems to deepen that blackish red color. Currently, he is alone, but there is no telling when more of these creatures might come. And he has no ability to fly anymore.
Oh, that's
You were
so
pulled back.
sad. I will share my finding with
Just
others.
in case it wasn't clear, you were inside whatever this creature's mind is. Currently, it is not
Okay.
Creed. But Creed is still there. For now.
You just went deeper.
Time might be of the
Full
essence.
Inception, man. I mean, it might be. We've got a number of things to deal with, but that's besides the point. The point is that we know generally an idea of where he is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it needs a wish.
The
That's my vote.
The only thing that I will point out, and this is the only thing I will as a DM, if you do wish for Creed to be here, you will not have to deal with lair actions.
Tempting.
Well, that's why I wouldn't even want him here. I would want him back in the 10th district under the imprisonment spell.
That sounds like multiple things that you'd have to wish for.
Yep.
Complicating the wish.
That's one fucking. That's one stipulation.
No,
Sounds
we
like
just are in a prison cell already and wish him and then close the cell.
It sounds like a spicy wish, I'll tell you.
So you're
Sounds like
saying
a
like
s-
if we summon him here, we won't have to deal with lair actions, but we'll have to fight him.
Correct. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, because imprisonment is a 9th level abjuration spell.
That you could just wish to have.
Would
And it
if we
lasts
wished
until
him
it's
here,
dispelled.
would Nemereth help?
You can ask.
We got a lot of things to ask him now.
We got 4 dragons, bro. We can take them.
We
Tree
do
dragon.
hate layer actions.
True.
Fucking
Okay.
hate those things.
Do we want to?
I would say it's not
Can I,
up.
can I have a quick recap of what I missed there?
So we know pretty much we know where he is. Pretty much we can
Okay.
So-
like, we
'Cause
could
I
get
missed
there.
the-
to
I'll-
I
him.
missed the history roll.
Yes, I'll recap.
He's
for
in the
that.
desert.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Abraham knows of the desert that is close to the Gruul Badlands. It stretches out to
Uh-huh.
the south and the east of those said Badlands.
Okay.
Ezra knows that the name of that one specifically is the Azure Terrace. The reason it's called that is because it's got blue sand, or indigo sand, that happens in
Neat.
patches along certain areas of the Azure Terrace.
Okay.
And
Okay.
she also knows of the Crimson Peaks, which are two massive twin mountains that are surrounded by desert. But those are about 30-day travel after you land on the other side of the Vivirian Ocean and make your way to the Crimson Peaks.
Hmm.
Victor knows from the
I have teleport.
Yes, you do. Please do try and teleport to a place you don't know about. I would love that.
I meant to go to Ravnica, so we had to take the boat back.
Ravnica. And Victor figured out, just from like a kind of inspiration from what he's seen with, well, from what you guys have run into recently and what's close to him at hand, that the red and blue coloration probably come from a strong elemental force, and dragons could be that force. The only 2 dragons you know that could change the colors to blue and to red would be Rakshaladon and Tasmere, because they are the only ones cognizant and of a force enough to do so.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. So it sounds complicated.
And if we don't go quickly-ish,
Okay.
we might lose Creed as a human, as a
Or
He's a
falcon
being.
Yes,
person,
as a
whatever the
humanoid
fuck he
Right.
is.
and it yeah.
He's an Arakarakan.
Eric,
But the sword is cursed and it's taking over his mind.
How'd you
Yes.
pronounce it, Torin?
Aarakocra.
Ah. That was fun.
Croc.
Aarakocra. Aarakocra.
I like your
Like
your
that
accent.
rolled
Sounds like a
R.
bird.
It
so
does,
we
yeah.
could.
Like a parrot. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then the thought is, if we summon him here and we fight him now,
Right.
well, we're all sad and broken. I
Right.
guess we're all healed. I don't know how we're doing spells, but
Yeah.
And we are.
Yeah, he
yeah.
healed us
Marion
all.
Healed us.
Okay,
but we
so
didn't rest, right? Spells are
Not
still
yet.
down.
Not
So-
yet.
If I
Would-
recall correctly, you didn't smite once in that fight.
You did?
so
Because-
Nope,
he-
I hit it twice though.
Yeah, he hit
You
it
did
twice,
hit it twice,
and then
you
it
weren't
immediately
inside it.
clamped onto him and swallowed him.
Yeah.
Clamp.
swallowed me.
And was like, no. No.
That was
Clamp,
Torin's
and
way of
I
being like,
didn't-
no, Smite doesn't
That-
solve
I'm
every
not-
situation.
Paladin is gone.
It doesn't.
No paladin. No paladin equals happy DM.
Oh.
That is not true in the slightest. Having Smite not be in one fight does make me happy.
all right. So now that we've got the Creed sword situation at least halfway figured out, would you mind if Apple talked to Emery
Yes.
about the Dragon Vessel and Pandarin?
Uh-huh, yep. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I would.
Thank you would mind?
I would. I would.
Well, what about the rest of them? Do we have anything else to do before that?
Nope,
Or
I
do we
think
wa-
that's
do we
good.
wa-
Go
do
for
we
it.
want-
For what?
Well, we kind of closed up the Creed sword situation
Oh, yes.
for now.
Before
Before figuring out the wishes, but we've got headway on it. Okay. So Apple is gonna take out the Ascendant Dragon vessel, and he's gonna walk up to Nimririanth with it and Junior. And he's just kind of ask Junior to kind of like kneel down a little bit, and he's gonna do the same. Nimririanth, might I please have a word?
Yes, you may, Shelp One.
First of all, I need to thank you for saving me and my friends from whatever it is that took over me back there.
You are most welcome, but I did not do it for only you. If Pandarim is loosed on this world, all worlds suffer.
And he's gonna kind of hold up the dragon vessel.
Did Pandarin come from here? How did he enter my mind?
Nemurian cocks his head and then shakes it.
No. I sense another essence. But
Is it Ms. Logioth?
I do not know of whom you speak. I would need that vessel if you want to know more on that individual.
And he's gonna put it down on the ground.
Please inspect it. I have been tied to it for quite some time now. I spoke with Ms. Logioth in my mind in a dream on several occasions.
Hmm.
And drinking from it lets me assume his form.
Ah. So
And I have
it's a
felt
black
myself
dragon
changing.
inside to you.
Indeed.
First and foremost, you had a question on how Pandarim entered your mind.
Yes, yes.
You must have listened to his deceptions and believed them. You decided not to resist. And so he gave his power to you. But his power always comes with a cost.
I see. When we were falling, he showed me something I have not thought about in over 50 years. The greatest trauma of my life. And it seemed so real. There was nothing that I felt I could do.
He is tied to the trauma of all creatures. Across
Oh no.
worlds, across the multiverse, in every place. He
That is an incredibly powerful being.
must not be allowed to enter. I have separated him from you, but if you ever... And he makes sure to, like, his snout gets within millimeters of yours, and you realize just how massive this dragon is. Not
Oh,
as
yeah, he
large
big.
as the creature you fought,
He
but
big.
the presence that this dragon gives off when he is attempting to intimidate someone, you can feel the absolute pressure in the air. Never
I respect him.
give in. Never give in.
I never want to feel that way again.
Good. He then retracts. As far as this. And he picks up the vessel. And you watch as it starts to float in his hand. Once again, the network of crystals around his head that are floating glow an amethyst color. And you see his eyes flash that same color. You haven't seen that happen yet. And you watch as images start to form in a globe around the vessel.
You can see that the first image that is shown is Meslorgioth. Currently, he is laying limp against the ground and comes to, looks up to a blue dragon, one you're familiar with.
Oh no.
You don't hear words come out. You watch as you see the mouth
Watched a silent
forming
movie.
words, but you don't hear anything. You watch as she speaks for at length for probably a good 2 to 3 minutes, and then
Hashtag monologuing.
and then Meslorgioth speaks one word. She shrugs her shoulders and points her hand toward the door. You can see a massive archway. This dragon flies out and finds his way north. You see him eventually land in a thicket of desecrated, gnarled, and, for lack of a better term, dead trees. In a just still water swamp. You watch as he lands there. He doesn't find clear footing. And you would imagine an ancient dragon would know how to land. He drops to where he's only got one claw actually hoisting his body up. And starts to like look around and listen. Eventually you see a black shadow from behind him just and suck into him. Just one. And he you just see a little bit of discomfort as he continues to walk. You flash forward a little bit, and you see him curled underneath a bed of moss. You see time accelerate a little bit as he's resting there. You see another shadow come. I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Ooh.
Everybody's seeing this, by the way, so if anybody else wants
Come
to roll
on.
perception, they may.
Mine sucked.
Whoever is paying attention
Somebody
to the
roll.
I
vessel.
like to roll perception.
Yay,
I
Ezra.
rolled
Ezra.
one. I know I'm on
I'm
fire
also nearby.
tonight.
Ezra for president.
18, 26.
Fire tonight.
Uh,
Thanks, roll.
Ezra. You specifically, because you rolled above a 20. You watch as the shadow gets closer, and you can tell, Ishmael as well can tell, that this shape resembles very much a dragon. Very close to Meslorgioth's size, as it shoots across the ground, eventually reaching Mez and entering him again. This time, the discomfort is not there. He's resting, sleeping, and therefore not cognizant of it happening. This happens a good 10 more times, and each time it happens, you can see that Meslorgioth grows a little. But that vision ends. And eventually you come to a dragon. He is Meslorgioth. He is black in color, but you can see shadows pouring off of him. This reminds you very much of what you saw, Apple. He is currently stepping through a horde of trinkets and baubles, swords, staves, all manner of magical items. But you notice him stop at a mirror and seemingly talk to himself. Apple, this moment is
And talking to me.
very familiar.
Oh, so I saw the past of him being banished and then... Okay. Interesting.
And now you notice above the vessel, as your eyes pull away, you can see almost like it's floating up and out of the spout, the head of this, the mouth of this container.
Mhm.
A much smaller black shadow that looks very reminiscent of a dragon. At this, Nemrarianth will start to speak.
So, I don't know how much you have learned of dragons and their ascension. Usually, a dragon will grow to maturity. The older it gets, the stronger it gets. Until eventually, they are too old and pass away, usually forming some type of new landmass, new area. But with great worms, and he gestures to himself a little bit, we have
Hair flip.
gathered What was that?
He just hair flips. Oh, great worm. Ugh.
He is a dragon. He
Yeah,
definitely is leaning into it a little bit.
He close. He close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is not a matter of us growing any farther. I have absorbed the echo of myself in all realms. Across the multiverse, I have argued, agreed, and even fought with myself, gathering the necessary essence so that I may do battle against a much greater evil that I knew was on the horizon. Who left? Oh, Angela had to go. Oh, never mind. Okay. But this vessel has one such echo.
Interesting.
It is what Meslorgioth seeks. As far as I can glean, it is the last echo. And then he too will be a great worm.
Fuck that.
Oh my god, this just changes everything. God, what the fuck?
I told you can't fucking trust him, dude.
No, of course I can't trust him, but
The one
I don't know.
thing that I will lead on to you.
You were
Meslorgioth,
convincing us to go help this guy.
Meslorgioth has had a history which I could glean with my legend lore. He was a cruel and, without any better term, evil dragon.
Shock.
Since gathering his echoes, he has started to feel other emotions. Not just the want, the desire to torture. There is a chance to reason with him. However
Interesting.
slight it might be.
Interesting.
Tell me,
Interesting.
Great
Tell-
Dragon,
Tell you what.
is that what happened with Rakshaladon?
Before stepping through the portal, I saw an image of a blue and a red dragon. Is it one of them you speak of?
Rakshaladon was a red dragon. I was doing battle with him before I was pulled to this place.
From what I saw, it is certainly what happened to him. Though by means I am unfamiliar with, I had to travel across the realms and find and face my echoes. I don't know what this blue dragon has done, but she has knowledge of this at least, beyond my own.
For those of you listening at home, it's Ardor speaking to Nemirian, not Abraham.
Correct.
They should be able to tell from the difference in the voice.
I just wanted to make sure. It's been a few sessions. It's been a few sessions.
That's true. Abraham talks like this.
Yeah, he.
I was just. I mean, come on, man. I was just making sure. We don't have little pop-up things yet.
That's true. Says who's
This is
talking.
true. This is true.
And now you have multiple characters, so.
Yeah. Complain about me with all my companions, and you just got 2 characters.
Full blown.
With 2 distinct voices.
I know.
Ginger just goes Groot.
Okay, carry on. Sorry.
Dude, who just left?
I don't know.
Steven?
Steven.
We lost Steven.
Steven this time. Yeah. It was me a few minutes ago because my internet was.
It was me. I drank too much.
Abraham is still like, you know, he's still kind of getting used to the gauntlets being on, but kind of overhearing this conversation, he'll look over to Apple. See, and this is why I was pretty sure it was a bad idea to listen to the dragon.
But could you imagine having a great worm with a vendetta against Tasmir on our side?
I don't think a great worm is on anyone's side. Yeah,
Well, it won't be
present
against
company
us.
excluded, of course.
To
What
be
would
fair,
you suggest?
to your friend's point, I may have helped you all, and I do still wish to do so.
Wish.
But if any of you were not for the greater good, I would end you in an instant. Dragons make their own decisions. It is hard to sway our minds from our charted path.
But could you imagine for a second if Ms. Lorgiath, you know, regardless of side, our side or his own side, that's still something that is going to be fighting for control against Tasmir as well.
You would trade one overreaching, tyrannical dragon for another.
I
Would
agree with who is he?
Who is
Abraham Gottrud, nice to meet you.
Oh no!
Aldo Mundare.
Oh God.
Oh, he's got 2 names.
Oh, here we go. It's the Isaiah.
Let him keep going. Let him keep going.
Yeah.
I agree with Flaming Hair Guy over there. I do think that how to say powering up any dragon is probably a bad idea.
Well, how would you propose we destroy this last echo? Or should we keep it for ourselves?
Perhaps we could. I mean, it is the last echo. You know, it's there. We have it. I don't see any reason to give it up.
Would Nimririanth, would it be possible to trade this echo for one of your echoes?
I cannot give you my echoes. That being said, I could instill some of my energy if you wished. And he gives specific, like,
That's all. That was the question I needed answered.
yes. Yeah.
That is the long and short of what I needed answered.
I have a question.
Please.
It's good to have you back. So is this whole echo deal, is it like you have to kill your echo or absorb them? If we were to destroy the vial, would it permanently stop Ms. Lorgioth from becoming a great worm,
Good
or
question.
would
Good
it
question.
speed up his attempt? Is it more about being the last one standing, or is it like you need the piece?
If you trade his essence for mine, it could be stated in your wish to imprison his echo elsewhere. But since it has been given the form of an echo now, there's no real means to destroy it until it meets its destination. And if you did destroy it, that would get rid of the echo, causing Meslorgioth to have no other versions of himself out in the world, and he would still become a great worm.
Well, that is a bit of a pickle, isn't it?
Indeed.
Is there any way to assure that this echo cannot leave the vessel?
Don't give it to him.
Fair enough.
Put it somewhere
So-
you think is safe.
With us.
He could come get it and
Yeah.
fucking kill you.
Well, I mean, he's trapped. He can't go anywhere.
We could always
Do you say
bury
that
it
in character?
underground somewhere and
Is
forget where we left it.
Meslorgioth not in prison
We could put
somewhere?
it in a jar of dirt.
Meslorgioth is in prison nowhere.
I agree with Ishmael's
I thought he was.
energy.
Shit.
He has secluded himself in a swamp. He had a conversation with this Tasmare,
Mhm.
and she's an odd one. Of the blue dragons I know, none would give an option for.
But he can leave, right? Like whenever he wants.
He can
That's what he
leave,
just said,
yes. But she gave him the option to do so. If she wanted, at that point, he would be in prison to her. She seems to be giving them freedom, as odd as that sounds.
So she's giving them the option to follow or not.
to follow their own path.
Interesting. Abraham, is that not what you saw in the visions?
Is
Your-
what?
in your
What I saw
mirror-
in the visions?
When Tasmir was like recruiting the dragons, did you like see any of them take the option to say, "Nah, I'm good"?
I.
No.
What is this in reference to? Like, actually, as a player, what are you referencing? My thing with the mirror, or my delve into my own mind to rid myself of the dragons?
No, the mirror thing.
So in the mirror, it was a bearded man who pulled me in.
Uh-huh.
And then I did see much.
Fuck you.
So, back out of character.
Shoot.
We can at least attempt to keep that echo in there and safe, away from Meslorgioth. Because that's a whole nother issue that we didn't have at the beginning of this session.
That's true.
Or do we want to
perhaps-
just skip one of those and bring Creed here and figure out what the fuck to do with that?
I think we can go get Creed.
So
Maybe. He might be dead though.
So as a hopefully nearly final vote, we are once and for all bringing back Nasius, and we're asking for Nemurian to give some of his essence. Or is there something that I'm missing?
The Nasius thing is kind of like meh.
Do we
I
want to talk
suggested
about?
it,
Do we
and
want to
even
talk about
I am up
Nasius
in the
more?
air about it.
Do we want to
Yeah.
talk about Nasius more?
Do we think that Nasius would have any information beyond what we already know?
I don't know. Do we? Do
I
you
don't
think
think so.
Nemurians would know anything?
But what? Okay, refresh me on what he fucking did.
Okay, so Nasius was working for Tasmir, like actively seeking out. I don't remember exactly what he was doing. We didn't get a whole lot of time to talk to him. That was the problem.
Yeah, he was
You
the
know-
one that like I saw get killed and then they drop like above the guild pack was collapsing.
Yeah, only Ezra witnessed
Yeah.
his execution by
He was
Tasmir.
Tasmir's servant.
Basically. Like, he was her agent within the guild pact.
Hmm.
And so there is
So
the
I would
possibility
argue
that he has information, but there's also the
Wait.
possibility that, you know, he had outlived his usefulness and didn't really know much
Wait.
else anyways, and was just murdered.
Wait. As Taken has some of Aloral's memories, does Taken know anything about Nasius?
That's a good fucking question.
From
May I relay that to Taken?
Do you, my boy, do you know anyone by the name of Nasius? Do any of Aloral's memories ring any bells?
Give me just one second.
Flip page, flip page, flip, flip.
Not
Roll.
Yep,
No,
that's what it is.
I was waiting for it.
Ah,
Yeah.
plus 15.
Man, I'm one roll into.
You gave all your you all
low
gave all your
tonight.
2s and 3s to Taken.
Take it, Torin. Give it to Torin. Sorry. I know
I'm
how that
totally
feels.
fine with it. Right now, it would be helpful to you, so you know.
Ugh. Thought that was a good idea. We're close.
It was a good idea, but
good thing Taken has inspiration.
Funny.
LOL.
NPCs can't have that. Are you kidding?
I mean, DMs make the decision.
Correct, they do.
It's your world. You are
is.
God.
His
It
decision
is.
is no.
The decision
And
is they
guess-
do not.
guess-
Guess what? Yeah, you got it. The NPCs don't get it.
Yeah.
I love when you have your voice thing on and then
So,
like
here's-
halfway through a second you put it back.
I
And your
have
voice
I
is
was
just
never
like,
done
If I was a dragon
at all.
and I had a servant in the fucking conclave, you know, or the whatever the fuck. Like
real
I
quick,
wouldn't tell that person much, you know. Like I'm
Ta-
not gonna tell them my
Taken would
fucking life
say-
story and my plan.
From what I gleaned, it was more about her life before, and I don't think that Nasius and her ever had a connection. From what I remember.
That's totally fair.
That is a fair point. Thank you,
worth asking though.
Taken.
You are very welcome.
Certainly worth figuring out.
Damn, that would have been clutch.
So
That would've been-
I'm just gonna come out and say that the Nasius thing, not super high priority for me, and
So
I'm the
it's
one who
50-50
suggested
now.
it.
So it's 50-50 now.
Basically,
So should we knock off another wish then and do the Nemriri essence, or would you like to continue to try and figure out if there's anything else that we need? Because if it isn't finding Creed or bringing back Nasius, what else do we need?
we have so many insanely strong items now.
Yep.
Correct.
So I don't think we need anything in that department.
Correct.
Asking for money is just an extra 25k. It's really
Right.
not going to get us that much mileage.
Right?
Your boy needs giant strength.
I mean, there's so it can only apply to one person, but in the normal wish rules, you do have the ability to grant 8 creatures that you can see
Oh, resistance or whatever.
resistance to a damage type.
If you
Yeah.
would like to, you can ask him why he can't give you a full wish.
What do you mean?
He can't give you a full wish.
Why
It's not,
he
that's
can
not what
only
this
grant
is.
it to certain people.
Oh,
So tell me, Nemiria, you're granting us wishes, but it's only very specific. Why is that? I
not a
was
great
I
one
was
yet.
dead. I'm kind of out of the loop.
You were not here for the entity known as Pandorum.
I think we wait. I do remember that name. I read it off of a sword.
The
It gave me cancer.
The entity that is attempting to crawl its way into
Question,
this.
DM, when he says the name, does that jog any memories from
You
beyond?
can roll one more history check, but this will be the last
Yes.
time that you may do so.
You can do it. You can do it.
That fucking laugh.
You can do it. You
Give
can
him
do it.
inspiration.
Give him an inspiration.
Do I know that he's thinking of something?
No,
Am I like,
you don't.
I
You
see
can't
that
give him
Abe's trying to do
inspiration.
No.
something. Let me
I see
quit.
the.
Perfect.
No.
God. I used
Cursed. Cursed Ezra rolls.
Sorry, guys. Welcome to my everyday.
I don't need
Feels
to
bad,
remember. I
doesn't
just
it?
wanted to
All right.
remember.
So,
Damn.
It is what it is.
Hey man, at least
Still
you
a
got a
7
second
though,
roll.
it's
At
not
least you
bad.
got a second roll out of it.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, I remember reading that name off of a sword.
This creature, it is trying to crawl its way through every crack and crevice it can. This is the weakest point, and it needs something to psychically link to so it can bleed through. If I do not use everything at my disposal, or at least close to it, I cannot keep it at bay.
Ah, so you're limited by other factors.
If I could present a full wish to you, I would.
I mean, 3 small ones isn't bad. I'm not complaining, oh great
Nearly
dragon. I wasn't here when he introduced himself. But
Yes,
but that's
I-
okay, that's okay.
I forgot.
Abraham Gotcher, nice to meet you.
Nemririanth. It is also good to meet you.
Just kind of leaning over to Ezra. It's the first one that hasn't tried to eat us.
Well,
And then
there was
Taka
that
and taps
one
you
that
on the
was in
shoulder.
Ravnica.
Yeah,
So-
Nemririanth
Nimzet?
also looks
What
to
if
the silver
we-
dragon behind you.
Nimzet.
Oh, sorry. Not you, Taken. Wasn't think. Most it's a size thing mostly in my brain.
I
Nimzet,
understand. I wasn't really a dragon, I guess.
You so small, so cute.
Nimzet.
I remember it like it was
Nimzet.
a few weeks ago.
Yes, indeed.
Continuously saying this.
So many dragons. 3 dragons.
Yes, this has been like an incredibly now dragon-oriented campaign. I'm all about it.
Dungeons and Dragons.
It has to be.
So can we ask about the sword that like Reed has, like why it's so important? Like,
Would he know?
You can,
I don't know.
but yeah, you can ask him.
well, I don't know what it's called, so be like, hey, do you know this thing?
You
that,
all
like-
would remember because it was a pretty like, oh, Creed got up to the top of this pedestal. That's cool. Oh, Creed's pulled something out of a stone. Oh, now there's black apparitions that are trying to kill him and you.
Excalibur.
The name of the sword
Roll for
is
initiative.
Sirtol the Veiled Bane.
Pretty fucking cool.
I can tell you what it does, at least from the top. But there are other things it does that you wouldn't know until you attune to it. Which actually you probably would know because Creed had it happen to him. So let me get to that real quick. Of course, I made. Okay, there we go. I think it's in here. It's not because I screwed up and didn't fully type it. That's fine. Let me get to this then. Yes. The description of it is this sword slices like a hot knife through butter, at least when it's hitting flesh. When you score a critical strike, which is on a 19 through 20 on this, no, not 19, it's 18. I misread the number. You roll an extra 68 damage. Every round you hold the weapon, it becomes more attached to you.
Oh my
That's
god,
it.
is this a grog moment? Is this grog?
Ugh.
Kind
I
of.
fucking love that sword. So funny. The scene on the toilet. Anyway.
I think I'm one episode behind.
Well, no,
I've watched
I-
up too. So.
I know it from the actual.
the actual
podcast.
campaign?
Yes, that
Oh.
as well.
All right. So
Sorry to
I
get distracted.
think we are probably at a good point to make this second wish, right? Right? Just looking around.
Well, I would. What do you think about the imprisonment of the Echo with this fish? Like, what do you guys think about
Well,
that?
I think as long as we are able to maintain control of the dragon vessel, and with Nemirian's essence included, I think that we would be safe holding on to it. Wouldn't you agree?
So-
I guess I did not make myself clear. If Maya's essence enters the vessel, his leaves.
His act.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Well-
One per vial.
We need to use.
But we could wish
Increase
that
his
when
inventory.
It leaves, it's imprisoned.
So it'd be a 2-part wish, which would.
Yeah.
What if we wished that there was no way for it to escape the vial?
And then just used it.
Just nip that. Sure. I mean, just nip that great worm right in the bud, right? Like, am I wrong?
One
But then we wouldn't be able to use the vial. to
One
make a
problem may arise. Though my essence would be strong, it is another great worm in the making, and it will not be my echo there to fight it. It will only be some of my essence. If
Yeah, so
at any point
what
he may be able to overpower my essence and push it out.
Hmm.
Or he might find a way to have it push him out.
Like with a wish spell.
So perhaps we just make sure that the dragon vial doesn't do anything strange to you, Apple.
Am I relatively safe to continue using it as I have, assuming his form with the echo?
Do you have doubts about this black dragon?
Didn't he say not to fucking use it? What the fuck? Don't surrender? Isn't that what he said?
Well, to Pandarin.
Yes, to Pandarin
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel as
I
though
like the
was-
idea that Emririan was actually just like, yes, to Pandarin specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, he would.
I feel as though in our several interactions I have been able to gain insight into what he is feeling and some of his desires. Of course, he needs the echo for what you have enlightened us with, but he said that I may use it until we return it to him.
The reason that I ask my question is because if you have any trepidation in your heart and you are connected to this creature, he will know, and it will change his view.
So I just had something pop into my head.
Uh-huh.
Crazy idea, right?
Let's hear it. Love it.
What if we wish that Meslorgioth wasn't Meslorgioth?
What the hell does that mean?
What if it was a metallic? That's an
Wait,
idea, right? What if we just wished that Meslorgioth wasn't a black dragon? What if we wished that they were, I don't know, gold?
He also said that the likelihood.
The gold dragons were very kind to me in my head.
In
Sorry, I
in
don't
the
mean to-
wish, he said that we need to know the person well.
Yeah.
Or it's
Well,
less likely to
Apple
work.
has.
I mean,
With
I am
having
literally
chats.
connected, and his essence has bled into me, and he points to his eyes.
With,
This would also be affecting the gold dragon, wouldn't it?
with this
Or are you just saying
connection,
his breed changes?
you may change him to a metallic dragon. I don't
What?
know
If they would change him.
if it would change him.
Well, I'm more
The
saying,
color
like, what
of
if
the
we
dragon.
wished that rather than him being brought back,
The color.
like, he were to just swap places with, oh God,
But we
it
don't
was
know the
so
gold.
long ago. I don't have the gold
We-
dragon's name.
We don't know the gold dragon very well, though, and
Ah.
it would be affecting the gold dragon too.
Do I
Right.
remember the gold dragon's name?
We don't even remember the gold dragon's name. He was in my head.
You can roll a history check, but you do not know him well.
It's a far reach. Just stop.
They all lived in my head. I obviously know them perfectly.
You
Back.
you went off the deep end of that one, Abe.
Yeah.
It was an idea. They
It
were
was
very
certainly an
kind
idea.
to me when they were in my head.
Yeah,
Much
true.
kinder to me than the red one was. The red one was very not chill.
True.
Very, just really
What?
aggressive energy.
A red dragon? You
That's
don't say.
Was Ardor peep in at Red Dragon?
Doesn't surprise me.
God.
Okay,
What-
so what would the
So
wish
what the fuck do we
be?
want to do now?
What
Can we
I
also
will
talk about?
offer.
Okay, so what is fucking happening?
Yes,
Like when you take the vial, you
Yep.
have this black dragon, and it's
Yep.
fucking trying to control your goddamn brain.
no, it's not.
Every
I'm
time
assuming
you're...
its form. I'm using its essence.
So let me put it
But
into.
what was this fucking thing with you after the crab happened, and you like
That was
turned and you
Pandorum.
just, like,
That was not Meslorgioth.
Yes, that was all Pandorum. He was
Yeah, it was
because
totally different.
Apple decided that he was going like he did not try and resist. He didn't roll a saving throw. He decided not to because I gave that option to everybody.
He
Yeah.
was just unfortunately in his dragon form when it happened.
Yes.
Exactly.
But the black dragon that you're drinking this vial from has no influence on your character whatsoever at all.
That is
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I will.
I thought you've been like
Oh,
making
wait.
wisdom.
Apple.
saves.
So you
ahead.
can choose to try to deceive if you would like to. But do you remember the first time that I described you after you met with Ms. Lorgioth?
I mean, I was feeling a little bit of different feelings.
So, specifically, you didn't feel that Meslorgioth himself was attempting to control you in any way, but you
Right.
felt the connection, but like the primal urge to steal
Right.
something that was
Yeah.
No,
No, I see my notes now.
Yes.
Yeah, like this boy is tricking you, my son. Like, no fucking.
I will tell you, with your 27 on an insight check, you were confident that this creature wasn't. It wasn't exactly what people describe black dragons as. Black dragons are
Right.
just described as the cruelest of all chromatics. They want to
Correct.
torture people. Like, literally, they will cast a spell on somebody so that they can breathe through any means and bury them alive.
Uh-huh.
And just
Yeah.
leave them there because they
Right. I did. Yeah.
want the suffering of that creature.
Right. I remember I didn't get that impression.
You did not from him.
Right.
So I would say that we should get rid of this black dragon echo and banish it. That would be my vote.
Banishing the echo.
And getting Dude Bro here in the vial.
The only other thing that I can offer, and my thought on it, is if this dragon has started to show different personality traits, you could attempt to change the way the Echo has its outlook,
Oh.
possibly teetering the balance.
Interesting.
If
That
you
is a
feel you
distinct
know him
concept.
well enough. But
That
you
is
would
a-
have to know the echo itself. And I don't
Right.
know if you've conversed with it.
No, I'm pretty sure I just talked with Azlorgioth, right?
True. But
Yeah.
you've talked with Meslorgioth, and this is a version of him, essentially.
Yeah, true. That is true. That is true. So essentially, it would be wishing for a good aligned echo.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that is a distinct possibility, and that would help because one, it would stop influencing Apple when he transforms, and then two, if we were to ever lose the echo, the last piece to go to Meslorgioth would be lawful good.
I like it. Sure.
So, other thoughts from other friends? I know that changes like the entirety of what we started off on this wish.
That's okay.
I gotta say,
If-
I just love the chaos.
This is a
Yeah.
lot. This is a lot.
Torrin's just like, by the way, let's make it more complicated.
Yeah, no, I'm just
As a
sitting back
player-
waiting until you
as
guys
a
decide on what
player-
you want to do, and
Yeah, 'cause
I'm excited.
We had like four
As
things.
a player, I just have a hard and fast rule of don't trust dragons.
Right.
But I don't know, man. This is getting so complicated.
Convoluted, perhaps.
It's almost like it's
But
a
this
wish
like,
that
but this
alters
last
reality.
wish
What?
simplifies
Yeah,
it.
almost.
Okay.
It's like now we're just changing the Echo Alliance. Apple can still use the vial. If we do
Right.
lose the fucking Echo, maybe the dragon will turn into a fucking.
What if we just wished for Apple to be immune to the dragon's influence, or be able to see through all of the dragon's deception as well? Like,
That is possible.
just give Apple the ultimate fucking like polygraph test for this dragon.
That's possible. That's not a bad idea either.
And
'Cause
then,
then,
you
if you're
talk
immune to his
Echo.
influence, we don't have to worry about you raging the fuck out.
Right.
And if you can see through his lies,
Then I would be
you
able to.
know he'll be he's being
Right.
genuine or not.
That's not a bad idea either. So
pretty
like,
good.
so essentially, that would be twofold, because one, I would be able to see through his, his deceptions, and two, since I know this echo, I would be able to converse with it and hopefully change its mind.
Yeah.
Because
We
that
just
would
a-
that would that
We
would kill
just ask for you to have a plus 15 to insight checks made against deception.
Yeah.
No, just give him some crazy number. Can't
just-
be
just
lied to by a dragon.
Cannot
Hey,
be
plus
lied to by a
15 isn't
dragon.
even the highest. I got 3 plus 17s.
Whoa, calm
This
down. Keep
this
it in
is a
your
wish spell. You don't have to stop at 15.
I would like
Plus
to have
50.
perfect insight against Meslorgioth and his echoes.
I would
Immunity
like
to
you
deception.
to type up what you want.
God.
Yeah, type it good. Type it well.
How does that
I mean,
sound?
Actually, I say typing.
Is that fair? Does that make
Immune
sense?
to being deceived.
What are you saying? You were a little bit away
Immune
from
to
your mic.
being deceived.
Yeah, immune to deception. So immune to being deceived or perfect insight?
I don't fucking know. It all sounds
I
terrible.
don't know
It
what the
all
difference
sounds
would
like
be
there
there.
could be a workaround.
Oh, he's typing. He's typing.
I killed the dragon.
You can't. Oh, you wanna
Damn
you wanna
it.
try and kill Nemurinth? Sure, have at it.
Now that's gonna go well.
I just take the
Fight,
black
fight,
crown.
fight.
That's the draft. It's a 2-factor wish.
Where is it?
Discord.
I don't
I'm
see
guessing
it.
wish
Put it in wish
nominations.
nominations. If anybody has criticisms of the writing, we can discuss it. But how does a bill become a law?
True.
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. I won't sing more than that, or else they'll cut our audio.
True. Good call. Good call. Is there a better word that we can use than collateral? Or do you think that sufficiently, like, rules out the not only the behavioral but the like alignment changes of the influence of the Black Dragon
Those
echo?
I
think that
define
makes
those
sense.
as collateral effects.
Yeah, I think that
because
makes sense.
the like plain text written effect of the vial is you turn into a dragon.
Correct.
That's what it is.
Okay.
So the collateral effects.
Okay.
And none of us will use the vial.
Oh, we're gonna use the vial
It's all
so
yours,
much.
buddy.
We're gonna use it so much.
You got the
Yeah,
iron
beans.
liver for that particular.
I mean, no one
group.
else has been using it anyway.
No, I mean like all of us know that it's bad juju, but Apple would be free to drink it. Do what he wants with it.
And then
He
shouldn't we
also
add
gains the
also
ability
get
to see through any falsehood concocted by Meslorgia.
and gets his breath weapon back in 5s and 6s.
Although concocted actually might be a bad word there.
Yeah.
Because it could be a
Just,
falsehood concocted
Real
not
quick,
by Ms.
just to
Lord.
put this out there,
How
he
about any
already
puzzle?
gets his breath weapon back on 5s or 6s.
He gets his breath weapon back every turn.
Why 5s and 6s? I was thinking it'd be cool if
I do not mind you adding that to the clause. but
No,
that
I'm
will
not
make
gonna
it-
add that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
do that.
Okay.
Just don't roll like shit, Omega lol. Like
Yeah.
Hey, we have 2
Just
wishes
that easy.
to fuck this up on.
So,
you know? So it
or
doesn't
do we
work,
want to
but
just
we
make
should
it? Or do we want to just make it? He gains the ability to see through any falsehood concocted by dragons.
Ooh, that's fun.
Or would that be too much? Because Abe's probably just going to be speaking to them. But I mean, I'm going to be there.
Well, I think that would complex the wish to like
No,
more
you're
than
probably
5
right.
things because it's
You're
multiple
probably right.
dragons.
No, you're probably right.
But I like falsehood without concocted. Any falsehoods.
Okay, but that would it be affecting the other thing? Because it would just be like a resistance for Apple.
Right.
I don't know, saying like concocted by all dragons. That's something that we can ask him. Like, would this specify as multiple people or?
Well, I just view
Yes.
it as the wish components. Like you can only ask it about certain things that you know. So we don't know other fucking dragons. So not gonna work.
We could ask him though, because he's just saying a species basically. I want to be. I don't want to be
updated
identified
the
as species.
stipulation.
The rule of
parentheses.
Yeah, I was going to say because he might
know
not
the
speak
thing you're
it.
wishing for.
Yeah.
Any falsehood spoken, whether physically or telepathically,
Yeah, good
by
call.
Ms. Lorgia.
Good call.
You gotta
Is it
cover those
considered
bases.
spoken if it's telepathic?
That's why I said spoken, whether physically or telepathically.
I know, but is it considered spoken when it's telepathic?
Yes. You are using telepathy to speak to something.
But he just sends feelings over there.
I mean, I guess.
Bad juju, bad juju.
Here, rather than concocted, we just will replace it with communicated.
There we go. That covers both of them.
Communicated by
I still think that we could ask him,
About.
this dude, if saying specific dragons would be considered affecting multiple things.
Ask him.
Yeah, ask him.
Nemarian, would us wishing for Apple to be able to see through the machinations and lies of any draconic being, would that be too much?
It is something that would be bound only to one of you. No.
Ah.
See?
Okay. So. Thoughts and feelings?
I think that sounds good.
So when you say ability, does that mean he has to roll for it, or he just knows?
I feel like that would make my insight like bajillion.
Plus 50.
It would
Yeah.
Only
mean
against dragons.
that against
Like
dragons
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
You would
An
know
immunity to-
when they are truthful when they lie and what it is that they are attempting.
Oh, so it's no roll. I just know.
It depends on your wording. Are you
Okay.
looking through their lies? Are you trying to glean insight into what their goals might be?
I mean, I would lean towards insight. No,
Insight
Hold on.
group.
might give
Let
you
me.
more information.
Actually, I'm gonna type another message into
Okay.
same basic deal, but
Okay,
with
yep.
an alternate wording,
Okay,
and we can decide if 1 or 2 is our preference.
sure. Tippity type.
I should have been a lawyer.
You still can.
There's still time, buddy. There's still time. You're so young.
You young as fuck.
You are the baby of the group.
Is the baby of the group?
Yeah. Unless Matt's younger. I feel like Matt was my age. Or is it you, Vic? When's your birthday, Victor?
March 16th, 1996.
Oh my gosh, our
96.
birthdays are 7 days away from each other.
That's
Holy
right.
shit.
March 9th, 1996.
Let's go.
Hey!
Okay, so the second wording is Apple gains immunity to collateral effects. Vessel.
It's an
Green
ascendant
energy
dragon
pool.
vessel, is exactly what it is.
It ain't a vial.
I know, Torin. I know. I saw it.
Ooh.
Torin.
No, I'm just saying vessel.
Oh yeah.
So Apple gains an immunity to the collateral effects of the vessel. He also gains the ability to
Yeah.
Does glean the truth? Do we just put ability
If-
to gain insight?
if a
Just make it very
if a
specific.
green dragon says,
Yeah.
do this for me and I'll let you live.
Yep.
Gleaning the truth is going to
Yep.
be hearing, I'm good.
Yeah.
You they're lying.
Correct. Do we like that, or do we want to word it as ability to gain insight, so that it is specific wording of the ability?
Well, you don't necessarily need insight if something is being honest. I mean, there are
True.
fringe cases where, like, you're maybe just trying to examine what someone's doing innocuously, but
Okay.
typically where it's going to come up is if they're trying to deceive you.
Correct.
If it is a falsehood, you will
Correct.
know the truth.
Correct.
And
Okay.
in D&D rules, you're like
They
rolling
will
an insight
speak.
to see
They
if
will
you
speak
believe
false, and you will know in your
Correct.
mind what the actual truth is.
Correct. Okay. So I'm leaving out the W word just to recite this so that I have it correctly.
You should actually call it by the vessel's name.
I am going to call it the. Let's see. Go back to my page. Ascendant Dragon Vessel. Apple gains the immunity for the collateral damage or collateral effects of the
immunity.
gains an immunity to the collateral effects of the Ascendant Dragon Vessel. He also gains the ability to glean the truth behind any falsehoods communicated by draconic beings.
Okay, 3 more times and then you can wish it.
Do we feel confident in this wish?
I'm into it. You got my
Yes.
Yep.
I'll put it into the Roll20 chat.
All right.
I would love for you, Apple,
Say those words.
to roll me a d20.
Got it, boss.
vote? Hold on. I want to see it.
Right.
I'm so happy that you allowed me, or you allowed you to roll for me last time.
Yes,
That's a fucking 7, bro.
it is a 7,
I'm
which is
pretty sure it was
above
just 1 to
a 5
yeah,
with 2
5.
effects.
Yeah, we are very close.
Yeah, boy.
You
I was like looking
We're
for the pin
doing
message,
it.
and I was
A-
like, I
as
swear it's 1 to 5.
Nemurian still hasn't given you back the vessel because you guys have been,
Yeah.
arguing back and forth on what to do with it.
Debating.
And
We're not
I mean,
civilized.
yeah, debating is good enough. Arguing, debating, it's pretty similar. He still holds it in his hand, and as you speak the wish, the vessel floats up out of his hand, and you watch as a amethyst glow starts to spread over the vessel. You can see that inlaid into the gold filigree that fills every crevice, every crack of this vessel, there are now runes that are planted around that. You can see that the black head, where its eyes were previously inert, they were just green gemstones. They are now glowing with this orange light in the just faintly in the center of them. As he brings his claw back down to you and offers it forward. As he does, the vessel floats into your open hands, Apple.
I am in your debt, Nemurianth. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
You are welcome.
I am
Second
sweaty.
wish.
I
Yeah,
am so sweaty.
Girl.
Can you tell
Fuck.
me exactly what I gained from that so I can write it in my notes?
Nope. You can
Okay,
write what
fantastic.
the wish was, but I will not tell you
Alright.
what you have truly gleaned until it happens.
Alrighty.
Okay, now. Oh,
The real
So
truth
that's
is that
one wish
Nemurian
down.
couldn't actually grant that wish.
Would
It was
would he
bullshitting us.
lie? Would he lie? All right.
Would
so
I lie?
so
Would
that
I
leaves us
lie?
one final wish.
should we wish that Ishmael
What-
or
What you
Gain
can do, and honestly, he probably gives you back the vessel and he just says,
Take a sip of it.
Oh, okay. And I am going to sip.
all right. You do
As you
so,
said.
and you immediately feel this. You don't change.
Oh.
Instead, you feel this warm sensation go down your throat and coat it, and then come down to your stomach, and then immediately spread out towards your limbs, and more so towards your neck, up your spine, and into your mind, coming forward into your eyes and into your ears.
Let's give this a test, shall we? Pandarin is not evil.
As he speaks those words, there's just a pang in the back of your head. That wasn't truthful. Not by his viewpoint, at least.
You literally just have a polygraph on every
I-
dragon.
I
It's just
also,
the person like
I
that was a
also
lie.
think I also think I am immune to being able to turn into a dragon now, because that's one of the effects of the dragon vessel.
I mean, you took a sip. You didn't drink the whole thing.
I mean, all it took was
I
that.
agree.
Yeah,
You
I
got
don't think I can. Yeah, it happens. It happens.
The wording of collateral effects is collateral is additional. It's the unintentional
Well,
effects.
apparently not.
Also,
You-
didn't it, the vial
you
make
already-
like greater healing,
so, real
healing
quick,
potions
real quick.
and all kinds of other
Yeah.
shit?
Just to put
Yeah.
this out there, you already used the dragon changing.
Oh yeah, I
ability
used it for the
today.
day, duh.
So.
So I won't find out till tomorrow.
Yeah, there was barely any liquid in there, and
Yeah, I
you
believe it.
definitely noticed it didn't taste or feel nearly as thick and slightly metallic.
Hmm. Yes.
Also,
I
do you
need-
have to drink the potion in order to receive its benefits?
like the truth-telling benefits?
Uh-huh.
That's a good question.
You don't know.
I
The
do not know.
wording was he also gains the ability to glean the truth, not
that's
that
true,
the
yeah,
Ascended
that's
Dragon
true.
Vessel gives him the ability.
True.
Also, the first definition of collateral as an adjective is additional but subordinate, secondary. So,
Okay,
not what's
so-
written
so
down.
We should be able to.
essentially.
So we should be able to still transform, and I do not have to drink the potion to know if they're lying.
As your legal representation in this matter, I assure you, we got a good deal.
Thank you, rules lawyer. What's his phone number? What's his commercial?
1-800.
Law 1010.
We may continue because it sounds like my family is bedding down for the night. So
Okay, so we
Good
are
job,
down to our
people.
final wish.
You
Well
are?
done, everybody.
Good wish. Good wish.
Now, with
Two good
our
wishes.
so we're gonna go search out Creed. We're not gonna revive Nasius. We have no potential wishes left.
Oh, we do.
We
Well,
could wish.
I know we have a million things, but
We could wish for a scroll of imprisonment.
scroll of time travel. What?
Nope, imprisonment. But
So-
yeah,
Sorry, I
time
just heard
travel.
time travel. I'm sorry.
Oh shit. Well, hold on. I'm looking at the website and it's like price range per DMG 50,000 gold pieces. Price per
Awkward.
sane prices. They say
Awkward.
20,000. They're like, yeah, this thing shouldn't be worth 50k.
what shouldn't be worth 50k?
A scroll of imprisonment.
Ah,
Nobody knows
What do you want the
imprisonment.
scroll for?
What level scroll?
It's
What
a
level
ninth,
spell?
isn't it a ninth,
It's a ninth level spell.
Is it?
None of
Okay.
us have 9. I only have up to 7.
I had a ninth level spell for a second.
We could wish for a 9th level spell and you can have it all the time. Fuck a scroll.
True. What is imprisonment? Do we know what imprisonment costs? Is it hella expensive?
Well, a scroll of it, according to the DMG, would be 50,000 gold pieces. On that website, though, they were like, sane prices is 20,000.
So,
In which case, if you were to treat it with that price point, we could create it because an object up to 25,000 gold pieces.
question: on our way through Ravnica to the desert, do we know anybody that could create the scroll for us? If we're not able to create it because it's crazy expensive with a wish.
What the fuck? Why? No, stop. We're not getting a scroll. Y'all are stupid.
Okay, we're not getting a scroll. Okay, so
Wish for a spell slot, the fucking 9th level spell, like knowing it permanently.
oh, is it that simple?
Fuck yeah, why not? One wish,
Group?
one parameter.
Group, is it that simple to wish for a 9th level spell slot?
I think you have to maybe wish for a specific spell, but it can be a
Right.
9th level spell, but you know it forever.
so
that-
You
one
can't
thing
like
that
say,
I will
"Hey,
say
here's
is
the
if there
thing.
is any metagaming in the wish, it will be void.
So, here's the thing also.
Yeah.
It
I
wouldn't
wish
matter
Mouse-
if you got a 9th level spell slot. Apple can't use the spell. No
Oh,
one
not
in this party
not
can use the
necessarily
spell.
Apple. Doesn't have to be Apple.
It's not available to any caster in this party.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't
Imprisonment
realize
is
that.
a warlock or wizard spell.
Actually,
I did not know that.
Technically, Emma has access to
actually-
some aspects of the wizard
Um,
spell list, but not a ninth
Excuse
level
me,
spell.
excuse me. Victor is a first level warlock.
Yeah, this is true. I
It
am.
is true.
It's true. This is
So
One thing I will put
But-
out there is that the way that the rules work for D&D, you need to have a spell slot for it, and you need to have knowledge of it. So you would, as a first level warlock, you wouldn't have knowledge of 9th tier magic.
But would
Okay,
Slime
so-
Mommy have
Wait,
knowledge of it?
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing. Let me just speak. This is straight table talk.
This is straight
I
lawyer
would
talk.
feel bad
Oh.
asking for one of us to have a 9th level spell at level 14.
That's
You're
fair.
not
Okay.
supposed to have a 9th level spell slot at level 14. I'm not
Yeah.
going to do that to Torin.
Yeah.
Asking
I
for a
won't-
scroll,
I won't
it's
say
a
no.
one-off. It's a one-off. I feel
Yeah.
a lot better about asking for a one-off.
Yeah.
That is
Um,
that is like
Okay.
our oh shit button. Our
Right.
Okay.
we are
Well, it has
absolutely
one use, so
fucked.
we know exactly what that use is gonna be.
Not necessarily.
Also,
well, I mean,
there's no
it takes a
guarantee
minute
that
to
it'll
cast.
work.
Well,
There's
you
no
know,
guarantee that it'll work either because it's a higher level spell, isn't it?
Someone would need to spend a minute casting that spell
while we fight off
while
the sword.
while the sword
Yeah,
was in
that'd be-
range. So
yeah.
actually, imprisonment might not be the play.
Okay. How about
I feel like imprisonment would
disintegrate
be
on
more
Creed?
of like a post disintegrate on Creed. Weird.
And then we take the sword.
And take it from me.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
There's our first Lord of the Rings reference in 3 weeks.
Love it.
I can't believe it
Alright.
went that long.
So, fuck, dude.
telling you, bro.
If there was
Paladin.
a way,
Paladin or a buff?
Yeah.
could we ask for? Hear me out, right? I don't think this even exists.
Let's hear it. It sounds crazy.
But imagine a world in which there was a lantern that, while its light shone upon something, it was just an
Brightest day and
anti-magic
darkest night.
cone. That's all it is. Because what if we just anti-magic cone the fucking sword?
Sounds very interesting.
Would that work? Like,
That
could
sounds
we-
interesting.
Could we subdue the sword?
We wish for a green
utilizing
lantern.
This is the problem with 3 wishes, is that now we're getting into we did the necessity stuff, and
Yeah.
now we're getting into the nitty gritty. This is
Yeah.
where it's really hard not to metagame.
Yeah. We wish for an anti-magic green lantern. So stupid.
All right, team. I think we can come up with something better.
Yeah.
Torin,
Yeah.
you're gonna hate me for this question.
Sure.
Oh boy.
What's the real estate market like in the 10th district?
Oh my gosh.
What kind of
If you're
what
looking
kind of
for something under 25,000,
that's a lot more gold than most people have.
the
Also, I did the
The problem more so with the 10th district isn't really the price. It's that anything that would be big enough to have living space for your entire party would be kind of difficult to come by.
But with a wish.
What if?
I mean, with a wish, I guess it could be
Wait,
a
wait.
floating
just so you guys
or
know,
underground fortress,
Mm.
but
20
it would have to be made directly from the wish.
a floating castle in the sky.
Sold.
Yeah, that's not going to be expensive at all.
Robots?
Okay,
I
okay,
thought-
okay,
I thought
okay, okay, okay.
bars-
Let
I
me
really
just say
think-
this though. Let me just say this though. 25,000 ounces of gold in
Uh-huh.
American dollars
Uh-huh.
is $46,648,000.
That's not what the spell says, unfortunately.
I know,
No.
but I'm just saying, just to put it in like reference in our own brains, we're talking about like $50 million.
Yes, and can you get your own flying fortress in this?
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, there you go.
See, hear me out though, right?
Oh boy.
What
just-
if, hear me out.
Yep.
What if we just got less of like a living space for everyone? Because like Abe has a home
Ezra doesn't
in the
have a
10th
home.
district. You can come bunk with Abe. It's fine. There's plenty of room in my empty house.
I mean, I sleep everywhere for free at I sing, basically.
That's true.
so.
Most of us have, whether it be a barracks or a home that we grew up in as servants in Snack's case, or taverns
you guys
where
all
Ezra
have
can just
places
play.
to go back
All
to.
of us have. None of us are homeless. So what if we just had like
Technically,
a
yeah,
Well,
smaller,
technically, I'm homeless.
a
technically,
smaller
so-
building? Like one. What if we just wished to have a building in the 10th district that was just like a base of operations? A place where we could kick our feet up and discuss things,
Hall of
and
Justice.
also has a teleportation server
Yes.
so that we can teleport to it.
Yeah,
and
so
get back to the 10th
essentially,
district quickly.
essentially, we want a meeting hall or something like.
An
We need-
office.
More or
Another
less.
portal, if you will.
Is that worth wishing for?
I don't know.
Kinda. Why not?
Or could we just buy it?
Can we just
I-
buy that?
Maybe, but I'm also like, that would might take time to get all that shit installed. We could just wish it there.
I mean, that's fair. Is
We
there
could
any?
we could wish that it's there, and then we don't have to go through. Well, I mean, we should probably let the ship that's waiting for us to come back know
Yeah, I
that
guess.
they can depart, but
But-
we wouldn't have to take the like 15-day journey back home.
Right.
We
Right.
just fucking teleport,
Right. No, you're right.
which I think Ezra just got access to.
I do, but I can only bring 9 creatures with me.
We don't have.
That's-
How many do we have?
More
So
than
fucking
that.
many.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
kill
10.
Junior?
We have 10.
Taken, take your own ride home.
Taken,
I mean,
meet
he
us
could make it there
No, no,
pretty
no, no,
quick.
no, no,
He
no.
is a dragon after.
Hear me out. Hear me out. We put, and this is gonna sound bad,
God,
but we put someone in a portable hole.
is that safe? There's
No.
no air in there.
There's no air in there. They might not suffocate.
What is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
but we could also just have Taken literally fly home. He's a fucking dragon.
Fucking.
I mean, he would be out of commission for a while though.
I think he'd get there quick. Torn just said he's a dragon.
I mean, he
He'll
would get
quick.
there quickly. That doesn't mean that
Days,
it's
though,
it's within
still.
hours. It would be a while.
A couple
days.
days.
And we don't want to lose him again. Who knows what's out there?
When you guys
many
are talking,
there's-
when you guys are talking about this specifically,
Mhm.
Taken
There's
types up.
8 of us. 9 of us.
So, I've been thinking a little bit. I started to get my memories back.
You
and
did. You did.
I need. Casmare's looking. Well, she has brought the chromatic dragons back. I think I need to start trying for a way to bring my metallic brethren back.
What do you suggest, Taken?
Well, I would imagine with the help of a great worm, and he looks up to Nemrurianth, that we might be able to find a way to do that.
Are you suggesting we find a portal?
I think he's saying that he might not be journeying with us.
At least for a while.
But you just got back.
I know. But that's part of the reason.
Abe is gonna walk over to Apple and just put an arm over his shell.
I
Our
need-
little boy is growing up.
I need to know more about myself, and I need to know how Tasmare is doing what she's doing. If I can bring the metallics back, It could mean a lot. It could mean we have more of a fighting chance.
Again, would you want help on that journey?
What do you mean?
Junior has seen the things that have been happening in Ravnica, has experienced them firsthand with us. Do you think bringing him with you to convince these metallic dragons to come and fight alongside us would be helpful?
I don't know if I can share what he's seen with them, but I can certainly try.
Is there any way that I can either... Oh, wait.
I mean, you know
No.
that Junior can speak Sylvan
He can speak-
now. Like,
Yes.
he is able to speak.
Right. Right. I was trying to think of how either Junior can speak Sylvan or Takans can speak Sylvan or Junior can speak Draconic. I don't. Is there a spell that does that? Like
I mean,
Comprehend languages.
comprehend languages?
There's that as well as, like, tongues. If he was... If
is
somebody cast tongues on him, then he would be able
is
to
that?
speak any language.
Wait,
It wouldn't matter.
Hold up. Who?
Junior.
Junior.
Who's speaking and we can't understand him?
It's not
Junior
that
can
you
only speak
can't understand
Sylvan.
them. It's that if they do end up bringing the dragons back, then
Right.
Junior's had a lot of first-hand experience. I mean, Taken kind of has too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you both have. They both have.
I was
Right.
just excited because I have the tongue of the sun and moon now. So
Right.
Hell,
I mean,
yeah.
you can understand everybody.
yeah, I understand all spoken languages and everybody understands me.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
I can talk to anybody. My recruitment rates for the Selesnya Conclave are gonna go way up.
Oh yeah. You're gonna make your monthly numbers.
Gonna beat my quotas.
Yeah.
Did you?
But
did you
anyway.
all see what Ishmael posted, by the way?
Yeah, that looks crazy.
Yep.
It's not a teleportation circle though. Back
It is
to
not.
Fucking Ravnica, but whatever. You're not homeless, bitch.
Does anybody have that spell or those spells?
Bard.
I
Does
don't
Bard have
that
it?
spell.
Does
You don't
Mocha
have
have
it,
it?
but you could if you wanted. The
Is
reason
it
I
a
know that is because
magnificent-
Scanlan has it. So.
Is it a magnificent mansion? Or it's a
Yeah,
bard
It is
spell?
on the Bard spell list.
It
It's the
is.
7th level conjuration spell.
And Torin,
Does it last forever
unless he
though?
wants to take it back, did say that I can change my spells on a long rest.
It lasts for.
I'm fine with that. Because
24
I mean,
hours.
That's why I
your-
was like,
your-
unless he
your
wants
magic
to take
comes
it
from
back.
your music. I remember this conversation. Your magic comes from your music, just like nature or religion. Like it doesn't make any sense for you to not be able to.
Change them often.
Yeah,
So I could get it.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
But you said it only lasts for 24 hours. That's super helpful.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get a teleportation circle.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
okay.
can't like
That is also-
teleport to your fucking magical mansion. I'm just saying, like, you have a home.
Yes, but the teleporting part is the big deal.
Yeah.
Because if there's a teleportation circle, I can always get us home.
But just
You
away
can
from the
ju-
teleportation. For
You can just
one-
take Magnificent Mansion the next time you level up. It's on your spell list. You don't need to wish
but
for
it only
or worry-
lasts for 24 hours.
I'm just saying. It
No, we're
might
not
come.
wishing for it.
Yeah, no. It might come in handy when we're in the desert. It's always more
Yeah.
comfortable to sleep in a mansion.
Those
Yeah,
things
also
don't.
not to
very
mention,
noticeable.
Like, literally any amenity.
No,
that you want
it's
can
not.
be-
It's a
No,
5
no one
foot
can
wide,
see it
10 foot
except
tall
for the
door.
ones that you want. Yeah. No one can see
I
it except
said-
for the people you want to see it.
And,
And
yeah,
then the-
nobody can enter it except for the ones you allow. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and the little
Oh,
and the
I didn't
components
fully
don't seem
read
that
it.
difficult
I
either.
didn't fully...
The components aren't super crazy either.
No, that'd be stuff that I would have in my pouch.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyhow,
but anyway, back to
let's wish
back
for
to
a
Taken.
teleportation circle. Fuck it.
So
What about our
back to Ta-
wishes?
Back to Taken and finding the metallic dragons.
I believe it's going to take time and study. If Demarianth is able to help me, I think we can speed that time up considerably. Once the metallics are back, I don't think it's going to be difficult to draw their attention towards the chromatics and get them on our side. But I will say that as soon as I know well, that's if we get them back. But as soon as I know what the metallics are, that the metallics are back, I would gather you all so that you could speak with them. They would take much better to your account, only because you've been close to it from the very beginning, it seems.
It's an excellent idea. He has my vote.
What?
Well,
He's taking a wish?
Yes. Wants to, no? Right?
I could.
I thought he was
but
just gonna
I
go away.
No,
and
that's
try
not what
and
he was
parrot.
saying.
Oh, I thought that's
Hey,
what he was
Jay.
saying. I thought that's what he was saying.
No,
No,
I mean,
he's just gonna
I
not be
wouldn't,
by your side, bro.
I wouldn't say no to gathering that knowledge, but I didn't really think of it.
So hear me out. A teleportation circle, a permanent one, takes a year to make.
Really?
We could wish one into existence.
Yeah, I
And
like
Where?
save ourselves
Where?
a year.
Where do we put it?
Put it in my
In our
house.
it. In our
I've
office,
got
I have
no
a barrack.
furniture.
I got a
The,
barracks
the
too.
barracks might be a little crowded.
Well, we
all
can
I
spend
have
the
is
money
all
to
I have
expand
is
it.
the one wardrobe full of pants, and I don't wear most of them because these stay perpetually clean.
We can spend money to build out your house.
That's true.
But yeah, we
Plenty
could
of
put the tel-
space.
yeah,
But we
could
can
put
also
the-
wish for like a neutral ground, not in anybody's fucking guild.
This fucking
Like an
guild,
like an
excuse you?
Man, he's coming.
He just looks
for
over
it.
at Ishmael, just like a raised eyebrow. Like,
And Apple and Junior look over as well, because they were recruited.
I'm just saying, we can't just put it out in the open or in a place where people are going to see it. Nobody goes into my home when I'm not there.
What about?
Oh, Demarius
What-
was talking. Hold on.
No. To
No,
be
no.
completely honest, I think a neutral ground would be good for you all, only because you're also from so many different backgrounds. Talkan is saying this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I'm
fair.
just-
But is there any place we can think of in which we would want to
Balance
slap
House.
down? Yes.
You asked for it in the wish.
Yes.
I asked for a totally secure
They're gonna be like,
location.
why
in
the fuck
Ravnica."
do you keep following us? We asked you to leave us alone.
Didn't Falish have a shop beneath Fallon Cells?
Okay, but
They
that
had to
is
move
why
away.
Fallon Sal's doesn't want us to contact them anymore.
That was an arrangement. Yes, because they didn't want to have the crow fucking with them anymore.
Yeah. So.
Or just dangerous.
I'm just saying you could
know.
you could add it in the wish. Like we asked for a secret fucking lair with a teleportation spell in Ravnica. Bye bye.
Yeah, but then we're gonna have to find it.
Word
That's
that shit.
exactly where my brain went.
Where's
Not
our
if-
teleportation circle?
Not if. Okay, so we would have to throw in the our bard knows the
I have to know where it
inscribed
is.
runes.
Yeah, I have to know where it is.
The way that teleportation circles work is that each of them has a like sequence of runes, and you can commit those to memory. You start with 2 when you take the spell, but you commit the rune sequence to memory, and then you can just go there. You don't need to know where it is. You just need to know the runes. That's all you need to know. So, that would be, I think, 3 stipulations. If we said secret lair, teleportation circle, Ezra knows the runes.
I think you're correct.
Which means we'd
I
have
mean,
to roll above a
What if
10.
we said like very secure layer, like not secret? So like we know where. it
Then
is,
why
we
don't we
know-
just
we
put
know
it
how to
in
get
my
to it.
house?
So here's the problem
No,
with
I
you
want
just.
exactly where that
I don't-
is.
Here's
I
the-
don't want to have guild shit involved with
Yeah,
this.
and
at all.
here's the problem with the way you just suggested of it just being very secure. That still doesn't mean that you know where it is.
That would be a real bitch if we wished for one and didn't know where
So,
it was.
Torin.
Yeah.
I assume there are teleportation circles in Ravnica. Like this,
Oh, there are
the description of the spell
100%.
literally says that many temples, guilds, and other important places have permanent teleportation circles. The guilds already probably have one.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you
I'm
guys
not
just never
affiliated
asked
with
about
the
one,
guild,
so
though.
you don't know about it.
we never
I-
asked because
but I
Ezra didn't
don't-
really have access to
I
it.
don't have a guild.
Ezra's not guild affiliated.
Nope.
But I just have a little house that I live in. There's nothing going on in there. It's quiet. People will leave it alone. It's not a bad spot.
You're still asking for a fucking teleportation in a specific location and Ezra knowing the fucking symbols, so it's still a 3-spell fucking combo.
Not necessarily. We don't
Okay,
need
word it
Ezra
for me.
to. If we
Word it.
know where it is, we don't need Ezra to have it memorized. Then we just have to travel back home normally, which wastes more time. But like, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's increases the spell chance.
We can increase the spell chance if we put it in a place we know it will be. And frankly, I'm totally open to just like it being in my house doesn't make it guild affiliated. It's us affiliated. It's my house. But yes, I have because I'm part of the Selesnya Conclave. But that doesn't mean that the Selesnya Conclave is going to use it. They have their own. That I
I
just
don't
never
care.
bothered to look at.
It's just the fact that we'll be teleporting into your fucking guild. Like, it's weird. I don't like it. I don't fucking like it. I don't care if your guild uses it. I don't care if your guild knows about it. It should be neutral ground.
As Ishmael is saying this, Abe's just going to walk up to him and give him a hug.
I'm happy you're alive, buddy.
I'm also happy I'm alive. I'm glad that we can continue doing this.
What
But I
if
assure you, my
we
friend,
put it in fucking girl's old bunker that she left?
Baelish's old workshop.
Yeah, and then we just kick out whoever's there. You know, just murder them when we get there.
Hey,
We could. We do have a lot of money.
Yeah.
We might be able to buy the real estate above it.
the first
Perhaps.
option's pretty cool.
This is why you wear the bracelet.
I'm just saying,
You
like,
had
my
a thought,
skills can
now
be
it's
useful.
submitted, Now we don't have a good fighting case, Victor. You had a thought in your brain. You wanted to kill people, just
So
because it was my
permanent-
thought.
Permanent teleportation circle in Faelish's old workshop. Sound good to everyone?
Yes.
It's neutral ground. We know where it is.
So, number 5, have to roll below 5 in order for it to fail. And then we'll take the slow way home.
If we were to say we wish there was a teleportation circle in Faelish's workshop, that's one stipulation.
Mhm.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we just say, and Ezra knows what the combination is. That's it. That's two.
You're also
stipulations.
running the chance that somebody hasn't already bought that real estate.
Yeah, well, we'll just,
We
show up
have
and be
more
like,
money
"Ah!"
than them. Like, more than
Mhm.
likely, we have more money than them.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we got a beautiful bard that'll talk them out of it. Be like, you guys
Also,
want to live here?
they own the business up
You
top.
think I'm beautiful, Ishmael?
All else fails.
We could probably convince them to let us walk out of their basement. We're the hand of the guild pact. It should be fine.
Why can't we
Ish.
put it? Why can't we put it at like Niv Mazzet's place?
Oh.
Ooh, there's only
you
one
think he
issue
doesn't
that
have
I
a
do see with
teleportation
that.
circle already?
I
Why can't we
hate.
just use? Why can't we just use his?
You didn't ask.
I don't know the combo.
Why don't we ask next time we're in?
I wish that Ezra knew all of the teleportation circle combos.
Yeah,
from
what
the
about that?
10th district.
What about that? Then we'd be able to travel anywhere,
Is that
hypothetically.
considered
In the-
one wish DM
tenth
or
district.
multiple wishes?
Ezra wants to know the location of all the teleportation
Not the
circles in
location.
Ravnica.
Going into the
Just
metagame,
well,
Oh,
her having the knowledge of each of their teleportation circles
uh-huh.
would be one spell. That is all I will say.
okay. So, hear me out. What if we just wished that Ezra knew the combination of the Selesnya teleportation circle? I'm assuming we have one.
Well, do we want to, as
I
we were
feel
saying
like
with
you
the
could
guild
probably
stuff, do
just
we want to
ask.
do that
yeah,
one, or would
that's
we?
kind of where I'm at too. You could probably just ask for that. If you
Fucking
want.
Christ,
Yeah.
what are we wishing for that shit for? We're like kind of a big deal.
I mean, we could ask for that. I'm mostly just trying to get us back to the 10th district as fast as possible.
Right.
Because the sooner we get back, the sooner we continue this shit, and we don't have to waste a bunch
Do you
of time.
have any like sending or anything like that with anyone in the conclave that you could just reach out to?
Good question.
No.
I don't know. It's worth a question.
A good question. Just no.
Do any of you have the sending spell?
I'm a monk, so no.
Interesting. Wait, does Baroness have it?
No.
Just curious, does Mocha have it?
Does the fucking dragon have it?
I have access to it, but I'd have to wait for a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Bard, Cleric, and Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I still
so
like
Never
the-
mind.
I still
Our
like
getting back
the
should be fine
player.
then.
Okay, so
Like
that's out
Baelish
now.
a lot.
Next thing.
I still like having
Jeez.
a Baelish Dungeon million times.
Sorry, what was that, Ishmael?
I still like having the Thalish dungeon as their base.
I only take one issue with that. The Raven's been there? It's kind of a compromised site. That dawned on me while we were talking about it. I was like, this man literally walked into that secret lair of Phalish's and just killed her. Like,
Yeah.
that shit ain't secure at all.
Yeah, there's a reason they moved locations.
So it is compromised. Then again, maybe it's so dumb, it's genius, but it's also probably just dumb.
Yeah, it's probably just. I would say Ezra knowing.
We can figure out teleportation circle
You
nonsense.
know who's the
on our
only
next long
person
rest.
in the Celestial Conclave that I know well?
Uh-huh.
Rasmod!
Yep.
Rasmod!
Rasmod!
Correct. That is the
We
the
love
person you
Rasmod.
probably know the best in there.
I need you to figure something out for me, bud.
Now, the real question is, when you send to an Etten, are you sending to one head or both?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We'll find out.
I don't know. I'm not too worried
So-
about traveling back home. Let's just fucking
Okay.
take the slow road.
All right, so do we want to just wish for the resistance to a damage type for the whole party? Since we're kind
You
of like
can't.
getting towards
You
the.
can't do that.
Oh, right.
It's not a full wish.
Yep, sorry.
You could wish
Um,
for it for a single person.
You could.
Yeah.
We could wish that fucking Ishmael had boots of flight.
So.
I have
so-
fly!
Hold on.
That also
So-
requires
Concentrate on
concentration,
it.
though. The
And
boots
if you
do
drop
not.
it,
So since we have the teleportation figured out, since we have, do we just want to get Creed here, and then that'll save us even more time?
Talk about a time saver. Just murder him right here.
Yeah. Since we've kind of gone through so many of our other things, and we seem to be reaching a little bit. Do we just want to save ourselves that insane amount of time to get down to the desert and just do it here?
I vote that we take the gamble
And
we
go?
vote for a new secret lair with a teleportation spell that Ezra knows the combination to in Ravnica.
That sounds
And
like
if
a
we fucking-
three-part spell to me.
It is.
It is.
And I love
It
it.
is.
I love that he's
Creed
making
is
that.
a fucking
That
gamble.
I
That's
want. I love
we
it.
have to roll
I
above a
love it.
10.
It's a
Yeah,
fucking
that's a-
gamble, and
It's
who
a
fucking
50-50
cares?
shot.
I do
Either
think
we're-
there's a lot of value to it. I
Yeah,
will
way
agree
more
with
value.
Ishmael on that. A new secret layer that Ezra knows the combination to and has a teleportation circle. Then,
it's
we
insane.
teleport there, we walk out, we now know where it is.
Yeah.
But
Right, but it could be fucking anywhere.
In Ravnica.
Yeah.
Who fucking
Yeah,
cares?
exactly. Anywhere in fucking Ravnica.
So
That's-
it's still at home.
well, okay, so we
You can specify
Yeah, you
Where
have to
in
say where you
Ravnica?
want it.
Fucking next to the coffee shop. I don't fucking know.
On
Technically,
top of the coffee shop.
technically, that would be 4. Because you're asking for a secret lair, you're asking it to be
Yeah.
placed in a specific location, you're asking for it to have a teleportation circle, and
Sounds
you're
like a
asking
15
for
to
it
me.
to have a Yep.
Fuck that. Let's not ask for a specific location. I can give two shits where it is.
But what if it's
Long
so
as it-
far? What if
long
it's
as
just
it's a
right here
secret-
where we are? Like it's
It's
so
in
far away from
Ravnica.
everything.
It's in Ravnica.
Yeah,
Correct.
but you know what I mean. Like, what if it's
It's
just
not in.
so far?
It's not like in the 10th district. In fact,
Yeah.
if you just said we want a secret lair,
In
and
the
did
10th
not
district.
specify the location, it could be anywhere.
It could be on a
did-
different plane.
Exactly.
you got to be
Exactly
careful with
what I'm
wishes,
saying.
man. This is
That's
why
what I'm saying.
This is why
That's
we
what I'm
draft.
saying.
But
We're asking
Yeah, it
for
sounds
a
like-
lot with that wish.
it would probably be a 3 or 4 stipulation wish, which it might not be the end of the world if one of these things fails. We
Right.
are
Yeah, that's
getting
what I
down
mean.
into the
Who
we're
fucking
getting down to
cares?
brass tacks here.
But
like
it's comes down to, are we 50-50 on getting the layer with the teleportation circle, or are we 100% on bringing Creed here and saving us a month? And the fucking layer
And nothing
actions
but
and all
time,
that
baby.
shit. We're fighting him on our terms. We're not going to have Varaness when we go there.
Oh, there.
She's here now.
Plus
We still
Mocha's
have
gonna be gone.
Ardor now. We still have, you know,
Mocha.
we still have
We got
Taken
both
as
of
well.
the dragons. They
We still,
haven't left
yeah, we
yet.
have Taken as well.
We also have the slime lady.
We have Slime Mommy, I guess.
One.
No,
That's true.
Slime.
One.
Oh.
That wasn't
Slime
slime mommy.
mommy,
That was like
slime
slime
lily.
aunt.
Draw your
The
attention.
slime,
Yeah, that's
slime
like slime
bimbo,
princess.
Plus
the
we got
slime,
all
the
these new
slime
weapons.
future lady.
We better attune to these weapons before we do this shit.
Yeah.
One
So-
thing that I would like to draw your attention to.
Of course.
If
Yeah,
you do
complicate
bring
it.
him here,
Yeah.
me granting you these 3 wishes will cause me to lie dormant for a moment. I don't know how long exactly.
Okay. Well, could we wish
This
him
is
to be
the-
here
I know you don't get the
in
credit.
10 hours or whatever, so that we can get a long rest and, you know, whatever,
That could certainly be arranged.
or 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever, so that
When
we
you
have
say-
time to rest, attune, prepare, all that shit.
When you say
You're
you
complicating
like,
the spell.
How?
so
Wait,
How long
Victor's
is-
trying to talk.
Yeah. So when you say you need like some time to rest, right? Like how long are we talking?
I
How long will you be dormant
I do
for?
not know for certain. I don't know how much of Pandarim's essence still remains.
okay, so hear me out, right? We're going to have to make that shitty journey through that shitty desert regardless.
Why?
Because as we learned from the Red Mountain peaks and the Azure
Oh,
fucking
because the dragons are
plateaus,
there.
Yes, we're gonna have to go that way anyway.
But if we go that way, we will have to deal with less lair actions if we fight him here.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And we'll be able to figure out the sword away from them. Because obviously it's
but
cursed, and we're gonna have
here's
to
my
figure that
issue.
shit out.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's better to figure out the sword closer to the danger, in case we don't have that much time with it before it yoinks someone else's brain.
Well, who knows? Do we know? Okay. How am I trying to word this? Does it have to be used to, quote unquote, yoink brains?
All he had to do is hold it.
Hmm.
All he did was touch it.
Right.
Maybe.
Well, obviously we can try and glean what its powers are by not touching it before we pick it up. Or we can somehow, I don't know. Question.
What if we just said,
Yep.
we wish that there was a secret lair for us in in a basement that doesn't exist right now, but could. I keep going back to
What?
making. Well, I'm just saying, just put a little trap door in my home. Secret lair.
Very,
Once
very
again-
insistent on this
once
base
again,
situation.
When you're talking about making a lair, if you wanted it to have everything that you're talking about, it would be a 4 stipulation thing. You want there to be a secret
regardless
lair.
of how
15.
You
That's a
want there to be a
15.
specific location to it. You want there to be a circle in it. You want to know the combination to that circle. That would be 4.
15.
Yep.
But we
don't
could wish for the
necessarily
3.
Need the combination yet. We only need the
Exactly.
That's
location.
true.
to
Take the
lair.
slow
I
road.
also, if I'm familiar with a place, which I'm probably familiar with many places in the 10th
You've been to my
district,
house.
Yeah.
I have a high likelihood to be able to
Yes, you do.
teleport there. It's only like a 5-10% chance, I believe, that I'd miss.
I can't.
So I could, huh?
Nothing.
No, that's what it says in
I
the
know.
spell.
I know.
I'm looking it up.
Click, 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 type, 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 type.
I wish there were no more wishes.
Wow, what's wrong?
This is the reason I did it too, to just watch the chaos.
Yeah, there's only a 5% chance that I'd have a mishap.
Yeah.
And then 6 to 13 is similar area. 14 to 24 is off target, and 25 to 100, so 75% would be on target. But even if I'm like off target or similar area, we're still in the 10th district.
Are you sure?
There'd only
about
be-
that?
Yeah, that's the wording of the spell.
Yeah. Off target. Yeah.
So what does off target
Yeah.
mean? We could end up at a wall?
Different plane?
I
Different
don't
plane
know.
of existence? No. No. Not that bad.
So what, she rolls a D100?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never used it before, so I don't know.
Anyhow.
All right, so I guess
Off
I guess
target
it
has a
sounds to
map.
me like the last 3 possible wishes are helping Taken with the dragons, bringing Creed/Sword to us, or building this secret lair underground with a teleportation circle and a pile of gold.
You know what?
Why not? Fuck it. We'd have to roll.
I might be Team Taken. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't mind having some metallic dragon backup.
Okay.
Ooh, they
Might make it
actually
easier.
word off target.
Okay, so
Imagine if this man found a platinum dragon. You know, just a casual platinum dragon.
but
Eyes.
Okay, word the wish. How would you word it? What would you want?
well, not everybody's said their opinion yet.
I think the Taken thing is just a nice way to get rid of this third fucking wish and stop worrying about it.
Yeah.
And it would
that's
also
fine.
quicken that whole search because he's gonna have to go plane to plane and all that shit.
Yeah.
But do
fine
we
with
want
it.
him to just, gather them all? Does he want to know the location of them all? Does he want to? What does he want? What do we want to do?
Darken, if we were to give you this final wish to aid in your search for the metallic dragons, how would it benefit you best?
What if we just wished for his spark to ignite?
What?
That's what it's referred to as when someone becomes a planeswalker.
Oh.
It usually happens under duress.
Or through a wish?
I'm
Was
gonna
it-
answer your question.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if I was muted or not. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I just heard you guys going back and forth, and I didn't know if you were gonna continue. So,
No. The end.
yes. I think probably what would be the most important is that I just had the knowledge that Tasmere did, how she went about it, because I don't know how she's doing what she's doing, and it
I
sounds
know
like
that there's some blood runes. We saw
There's
that.
a lot of spooky shit.
Spooky shit.
I may.
Abraham's back, baby. This is how Abraham
It's-
talks.
It's a matter not of walking the plains, as you all are talking about it. I am literally referring to different dimensions. Yes, there are
Oh.
planes of existence for you all in this universe. I am talking about the multiverse. I am talking about me not being of this universe. One of me was.
Abe is nodding his head, squinted eyes.
He's
Isn't getting any of this.
You cannot just simply wish to be a planeswalker and then become a Grey Worm. That's not how it works. And I don't believe it's how Tasmere brought her. Well, I know for a fact. It is not the way that Tasmere brought her chromatic brethren back.
Okay, so Taken needs the information about how to essentially do what Tasmere did, but for the chromatics. Yes? Not the chromatics, the metallics. Sorry, got them. That would be bad.
Yes, the only thing I worry about in saying something like that is what did she have to do? You mentioned a blood sigil. I don't want to have to kill a whole bunch of people just to bring the metallics back.
What if we wished that you had the knowledge of a way to do it, and we throw in a stipulation that it doesn't conflict with your sensibilities? You're a nice guy.
That would be great, but that would put something vague into the wish.
That's
Right.
true.
And
true.
as far as I know, when dealing with wishes, if you put something vague in there, it's going to find a way to not play out the way you want.
What if we wish Taken knew multiple ways of bringing back the dragons?
Even if you wished that, multiple ways
Still
would
vague as
still
fuck.
involve killing many people or doing something worse.
Gamble with the 15 for the layer. Walk away.
Back to the lair.
I'm gonna have to have a name for this now. Wishlock. I love it. I love it so
What?
much.
What just happened?
Just that you guys are having such a hard time with the wishes, and I'm happy
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
like
Yes.
the greatest enemy of every D&D party is a door, but this is a wish and it's infinitely worse.
In
true.
in a
This is-
way,
this is what,
it
3
is a
sessions?
door as well. It opens you up to opportunity, but
I keep flip-flopping.
I
You know,
know.
at one moment I'm on Team Taken, but then, you know, I get all this stuff about it needing to be so specific and
yep.
him probably not being down to clown with whatever he learns anyways. So
Uh-huh.
I come back to being on the side of the 15 secret layer rule.
Fuck it!
Oh my
You
god.
never
I
know.
I don't even know why that's an option.
AJ, it could work.
I know it could work, but there is such a small chance when we could just assist Taken.
Okay, word the fucking thing in two wishes then. Like,
Well, let's see the wording for both wishes and let's go from there.
okay, I wish that.
No.
Yeah,
We gotta write it down first.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in the wish list right now. I already did it.
You did? Where?
I don't see it.
As pro as
Plus pro
with
Aura.
One.
I've been down that. When I played a paladin, that was literally what my subclass did, was allow me to add my proficiency
It's a
bonus.
plus
to
10 to all your
Okay.
saves.
Only the mental saves, but it was still broken.
Okay. We need the wording for Taken's wish. We need the wording for crazy teleportation secret layer wish. Please.
Anyone.
No, he's typing.
Yeah,
He's typing.
Anyone.
He's typing.
Anyone.
Rules lawyers typing.
He's typing. So what have we spent like 9 hours total in session on this?
I hope so.
It needs to be
man.
done. That's for sure.
And then however long we spent messaging on Discord and
Oh my god, it's all I've been thinking about for the last fucking month.
yeah. Well, at least we didn't have to lick any doors.
No kidding.
And we got to hang out with this cool ass dragon, so we got
I
some sick
I
loot.
just
think
love that
it's all
you
been
guys
worth it.
thought it was licking the door that made it open. That was so great to me.
Where's something else?
I wish we had a cat.
A cat?
We have 2 cats.
Just in the party, you know.
Well, there
just
are
one
2
more
cats in the
thing.
party.
Just one more set of cats.
Yeah,
Another
just-
set of cats. Can they?
Like
can
a
they
pet
be
They're
cat.
sisters?
here.
Should
They're
they be
here
sisters?
With us.
Should
Their
they be
names
sisters?
are Ayla and Ahsoka, and they're sisters.
Don't you mean Snack and Mocha?
No, Ayla and Ahsoka.
We have.
My cats. They're here with us every time.
Secret to all but 8.
I said, insert other name if you want. I'm not your dad. Inside
Permanent-
which there's a
the-
permanent
the-
teleportation circle. Ezra knows the runic combination for the aforementioned teleportation circle.
Does the teleportation circle need to be permanent? Do you have to specify that?
Yes, I would
Oh.
specify permanent because there
Oh.
are teleportation circles which are up for a little bit of time,
Oh, okay.
and then
I
there's
didn't know.
permanent teleportation circles which you create by casting teleportation circle every day for a year on the same spot.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So permanent is a important
Gotcha.
distinction.
So this is
Important adjective.
so this is only a 3-stage wish, so which is a 10. Is that correct?
50 chance.
So this is better worded than it was when you guys were saying it.
Hey man, sometimes when you're writing it down, it just comes to you, you know.
Okay. Now Taken's wish.
But this is also vague as fuck because it won't actually put it in Ravnica, so it's not
Yeah.
Yeah,
helpful.
my only
Mm.
the thing that I struggle with the Taken wish is that only Taken knows what he would wish for to assist him on whatever he's going to go for. Like I feel like us
Right.
wishing for him in this scenario doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
Well, I was hoping that Taken would wish for himself, given the opportunity, but obviously,
We were talking it out with him, and it doesn't sound like he has much of a plan.
well, then what the fuck is he gonna do? He has no idea what he's gonna do. Clearly.
He's gonna fucking figure it out.
Well, we need to help him somehow.
Do we?
Because if we want these metallics, if we want him back,
I
you know,
would
we
like
want
to
him
have
here.
the metallics back. And
Yeah.
the real question, because once
Why
I
don't you
started
just
really
wish for
working on it in my
metallics?
mind, right? I was
Yep.
like, we add the stipulation that he knows how to do it. Then we add the stipulation that it doesn't require a bunch of human sacrifices or some bullshit like that. Then we, that it's so big of a wish
Yeah.
that
Right.
it starts to get difficult because then it's time frames. Because
Right.
that second stipulation of like, oh, well, it's got to be humane might take 100 years.
Longer.
We don't fucking
Right.
know. Tasmere was able
There-
to do this pretty fucking quick.
Right.
Quick and easy versus long and
So,
difficult, you know?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with you saying that it was quick. She's literally the
Not necessarily quick.
only dragon besides Nimbuzet who is still alive and cognizant in Ravnica for the past 3,000 years. She has had
Yes.
a lot of time.
I was operating when I said that under the assumption that most of her time was dedicated to research and development.
Right.
On what?
Figuring it out
Yeah.
versus because like we were just in the Chamber of the Guild Pact. We saw these dragons unfinished. Some of them were just bone and sinew, and in like in like a little over a month because we had our 30 days of downtime. It was like within a couple months they were just like fully like ready to come hunt us down.
Yes.
So I'd say for
Once she
bringing
figured it out.
dragons back to life, that's not bad. That's not a bad time frame. But it took her so long to figure it out. But then once she did figure it out, it happened not fast, mind you, but like
Yeah,
fast enough.
I think no matter how you put that wish, like the wish for Taken to have knowledge, there are so many variables in it. You wouldn't be able to get a fully concrete
So basically,
thing.
Taken's on his own. That's essentially what
Please,
that's.
unfortunately.
please have him type it. See, I want it to be a
No, I'm
secret
saying
layer.
just the first
in Ravnica.
fucking the first sentence. in
I want it to
fucking
be that.
People.
No,
It's a secret
I
layer.
had to point it out because if it was, that would be so funny.
That is a very funny typo.
Yeah, but anyhow,
Layer.
yeah. The same
Oh,
fucking
man.
message, reverse the top though, like, because if it's a secret layer to Abe, that could be anywhere in our fucking realm, like in our reality, like, which takes us nowhere, right?
So,
Pretty big.
question about teleportation circles. How likely would it be to get access to
I got that.
Niv-Mazzet's
There's
teleportation
of
circle?
Location. That's what you're getting at.
Yeah, location. Sorry, what was that, AJ?
Can we just use one of the teleportation circles that we know of already? Do we need our own?
No, we could probably ask for permission to use them
And why aren't we just going to do that?
because we want to get the fuck out of here as fast as possible. That's the only
We
reason.
just gotta
And then-
wait.
and
We
then
just gotta
the-
take
the
one
other-
long rest.
The other reason is, like our other wish for your boy is just vague as fuck and kind
Yeah,
of
so
isn't
I
gonna
think
work.
I think the tuck end thing is out because we can't
Yeah.
figure. We don't know how
You
to do
can't
it.
make a
So-
concrete.
He doesn't know
wish.
how
I
to do
also can do ascending. I'll pick it if we do a long rest here, and I can message whatever guild we choose.
Right,
If I know someone from the guild, because I have to know the person,
right.
and ask them what the runes are.
Would it also be possible to uncurse the sword?
Sure. It's
Did we
something
think-
that we know very little about, and it's
Oh yeah.
so like the rules of the wish is kind of
Or, and we know Creed. Can we wish for him to be uncursed?
again, it's kind of vague. Like he might be able to be free, or he might be dead, or and still consume his body, or whatever. You know.
I don't know. I'm kind
Not
of.
that I give a fuck about any of that.
Yeah, no. I'm kind of I'm kind of leaning back towards bringing him here because we will have Ardor, Varanus, Taken. 3 more people than we would have if we went there.
Yeah, I'm into that.
But I understand the want for the teleportation circle, but I also feel that we can use one that's already existing. And
That's
we'll
true.
Still have
Fair enough.
and we'll still have a quote-unquote base of operations in Abe's.
my
Not that
my
we,
door
not
is
that
always
we need
open.
one because we've never, we've stayed one night all like together, whatever. In
Okay.
so I don't know. That's
All in favor of summoning Creed.
because we need the sword. I cannot think of what else to do. Like looking through this list that we came up a month ago. And I feel like a lot of the things that we would even really, really want / need would be multiple condition things. Then again, having a cursed sword with us for however long as
So here's
input
my
might
stipulation
be-
with the sword as well. It's like, even if we got the fucking sword, it's still fucking cursed.
Exactly. That's what Abe was saying. Is
So,
it
like,
might be
what
better
are you
to
gonna
have
do?
it for
You
a shorter
give it
amount of time than a
paladin, and
longer
then I'm
amount of
gonna
time.
kill all of you? Like, what the fuck? I guess unless we just, because it sounded like the dragon thought we needed the sword.
Right.
What
To
if we
defeat
just
dragon.
What if we just wished for one person's life to in this party to be protected by like a Deus Ex Machina fucking like some crazy shit happens to
Yeah.
save them from harm on
Is-
something that would kill them.
When Niv Mizzet was talking about the sword, did he say like
I don't
how
believe
we-
he's used the word need. He just said that
it would help?
Yes, it is.
Gotcha.
It is very. He didn't give you specifics because that's not Niv Mizzet. He doesn't do that.
How about this?
It makes you crit
Why
on a
don't we-
19 or 20. It was bait for the paladin.
Eight.
all
Not
along,
19 or
like, it's
20,
really what it was.
18 through 20.
I have an idea.
And it's not just based
Why don't we just wish for the sword?
I have an idea. What if we wished for Creed and the sword to be in Niv Mizzet's palace in 48 hours after we take our long rest, get our teleportation circle, or get the code for the teleportation circle back to the 10th district so we can get into the palace, tell him what's going on, and in that time period, he will be there to assist us with getting the sword away from Creed.
Okay,
No.
so
That is a
Complicated.
one condition spell. And I think that is
Okay.
my deepest end. Thoughts?
my only concern is if this particular sword
It's just
I
like
would
the dragons.
worry if it is particularly good at murdering dragons that Niv Mizzet, who none
the
of
most
us
powerful
are
dragon of all.
elite, like none of us have an allegiance to him, and he's not necessarily the most powerful, but he's the last, like, well, before everyone
Yeah,
started
was
coming back,
the
he was the
last.
last Ravnican dragon.
Yeah.
Might view it as an attack,
Right.
sending the dragon hungry sword guy to his home, past whatever defenses he has. He might
Yep.
not take it well.
Yeah, well,
Why don't we just wish for the possession of the sword?
was that
We don't even need.
is that a
Creed.
possibility?
I feel
That
like
sounds
that-
like a
I
one
feel like
condition
that's
wish to me.
that feels like it's begging to be Monkey Pod.
What?
Like-
bring the sword unencumbered to us?
But then what do we do with it?
I don't know.
Who picks it
Put
up?
it-
Put it in a
Paladin
bag of
wields it.
holding.
Oh yeah, I want to give you, the guy running around with level 4 fucking smites, the cursed sword that takes over your brain. Yes, please.
Can we put it in a bag of holding?
Why don't you give me immunity to the curse?
Give it to me.
2 stipulations. I want the sword and immunity to the curses. The sword's curse.
Only a 5.
5 or above.
What if it's not cursed?
Yeah, what if it's not cursed as well? Yeah, that's true.
Then you're immune to something that doesn't exist.
Immune to the sword's fucking mind control abilities. I don't know. Whatever, how you want to phrase it. Rules lawyer, type it up.
No, he's got a point. That is like top 3 movie of all time.
It's a pretty
So
dang good one.
I don't. I'm thinking about how I'd word it, and maybe I'll be able to figure it out in the actual type up. But immediately my brain is like, I think there's another stipulation that we'd have to add. Well, not necessarily add, but it's already there. Is the sword is here, unencumbered by Creed, is a stipulation.
Yeah, so we're at 5.
But then Creed's just out in the middle of butt fuck nowhere.
But as
That's
Ishmael's been saying,
Boy's dead.
he's could be dead.
Oh, he's definitely gonna fucking die if he's like
Well-
a fucking level 4 character.
He's not level
Maybe
5.
we'll pick
He
him.
was with
Oh,
you
he's
when
like
you guys
level
bought
6 or
the
something.
Kindred
I am
Key.
saying he.
So he's like level
Yeah,
9.
I'm saying like
Yeah, okay, level 9.
he.
Yeah, that's
his,
when I came in.
Like by the time we get.
Never mind,
to
he's level
him,
7.
By
He's
the
like
time we
level
get
9.
to
I thought he
him,
was
his
gone long
mind
before I
might
got
be
there.
too far gone to even save. So like, should
Right.
we just fucking kill him?
But I mean, as when I brought this up the other time, Abe had many opinions on killing Creed and all that.
Abe does have strong opinions about killing Creed.
God damn,
leave
why did
him
we
for
bring you
dead.
back?
like the idea.
But
I like
leaving
the
him for
other
dead.
character.
Creed is innocent.
Was he power hungrily grabbed for the sword without knowing?
That's true. As far as Abraham knows, he's innocent. And
Okay.
Abe's all about informed consent, baby.
Woo!
So you would like to summon Creed here and knock him unconscious and take the sword, non-lethal damage.
Specifically.
If that's even possible.
That's the mission.
Are we all in agreement that we are wishing something relating to Creed and the sword?
Should we
Sure.
wait to make
Yes.
this final wish until the other people are present?
Yes, we could.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
I'm just
and
sitting here like,
can-
it's 10:30. I thought we were wrapping up early.
We were
Wish
going to, but
nominations
then my
is now going to
family
be
bedded
where
down and
I just
wasn't gonna be there.
I just write this down and continue to edit it as I think about things. try to
I mean, we
narrow
can
down the
talk
few
about it over the next week.
situations.
Yeah.
I mean, you can free Vasul too. I don't fucking care. Like, fuck. Just fucking be done.
That's true. I mean, I think if
Don't
Matt were here this
say it.
session, it probably would have been easier for us because he would have been able to, RP if he wanted to for
Right.
Vasul.
Right.
Because I don't like, even as a player, I don't know what Vasul's deal is.
Right.
Vasul's never really opened up, but this could be a good moment for him to. So
Fireside
maybe
chat.
we do put it off. Do we want to do this again next week then?
Well,
I
let's
am gonna
see
say-
let's see where we get over the
I
week.
have faith. I have faith in us. But if it lasts another fucking session, I'm going to go rogue.
That sounds.
And he's gonna
perfect
last for
me.
a secret layer.
That's fair. A secret
Like-
layer in
We keep
Ravnica.
doing
I'm just-
one wish per session.
Yeah, it's
I'm
been
just-
hilarious.
I'm over it, and I'm not like enjoying it anymore.
I thought we were really close today. I thought
I
we
mean,
were
hey,
organized. I
For what
thought
it's
we were on
worth,
top
I
of
was
it.
down. I was down to try the 15 roll with you.
Oh
I
my
was down
God.
to gamble. But people do.
We've
bring
got
up-
good wishes. I do good. Like we've gotten really good wishes, but I'm ready to move on.
Yes.
Our-
You know what we could do.
What's
you
that?
know, I still think we leave it for next session and we let Matt and Angela weigh in. Because
Can-
I would like to have their input on this. But I do think in the case of the sword,
Yep.
perhaps a single stipulation wish of just granting probably Ishmael, considering Vengeance Paladin, immunity to that sword's curse, because I think we can take Creed. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
really honest. We just got fucking juiced up.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it?
I am ready to throw fucking hands, and when it's all said and done,
Gauntlets.
when that cursed sword hits the ground, I am perfectly fine knowing that the paladin's gonna pick it up and be fine.
Question: is it possible to ask Nemririanth for this wish to be saved for later? Can he like give it to us as something that's later. We don't have to make it now. A ring of one wish.
I
TM.
could potentially give you a ring that would allow for this power to be brought at a point when you wanted it.
What?
But that'll be your third wish, bitch. Just kidding.
That is part of the problem.
God damn it.
Well, there we go. That's fair. Okay, fair enough.
I would say too, with even summoning Creed here, like Ezra was saying, we don't know if the sword is what the sword's problem.
The way that I see
If you
is if you decide not to do it now, and he does give you a ring of one wish,
Yep.
it will add a stipulation immediately.
Oh, okay. I guess that's fair.
The ring will be one of the stipulations. I want a ring
That
that
is-
can let me make this wish at a time I choose.
That is fair. That is fair.
could be a 2 stipulation wish.
Well, yeah.
Right off the bat.
Well, no, it would just be a 1. Oh no, yeah, it would
No,
be
no, no.
2. Sorry.
A 1
No, you're right,
stipulation
you're right.
wish doesn't require a roll.
Correct.
2,
Correct.
so it would start like the
At
very
10.
first stipulation that we gave, the wish that we
5.
used. It would be a 5 and then up to 10. So
Yeah,
it would be
be
a
50,
less
50.
powerful, less potent wish even than what we have now. I do think just leave it for next session.
Right.
We'll keep the
Yeah.
discussion going. We will give Vasul his moment to RP what he needs to RP.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if he makes a good case for it, I'm down. I just don't know what his deal is. Nobody does.
Free.
Yeah.
Let's be
Man of
free.
mystery.
I like how we're like, oh, if Vasul wants something, but we were like, oh, Victor, you want this? No, Victor, you can't have it.
That's because we've been
Also-
down that road.
Also, the DM, Torrin was just like, ask for that.
Yeah. Yeah, literally ask for it. You don't need to make a wish on it. It is a magic item that the Boros put on you, yes. But it ain't that strong. Like
Mm-hmm.
He a great worm.
You're
Okay.
traveling with the hand of the guild pack now, baby.
Okay, so
yeah,
Yeah.
honestly,
Is
if
that-
you had
is
probably
that it?
asked for it to I mean, you weren't with the
I wasn't
party
around
at
when
that
for it.
point. Never mind.
Unlucky. But we've got connections now. We can hook you up. But the first sign of murder hoboing, it's right to jail.
right, Jay.
Right to jail.
Slithering?
You overcook.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna find the meme.
Undercooked fish, overcooked chicken.
Right to jail.
Okay,
There it
I'm
is.
cool leaving this, and I would like to personally, as a player who's invested in getting this figured out, I would like to do another Ravnica session next week if that's okay with you,
Yeah,
Doran.
that's fine.
I'm just gonna keep.
I mean,
working
I've
on
literally
fucking
been
Albion
sitting here,
stuff.
so I'm good.
It has given me a lot of time to like really flesh things out and work on it. So
Good, good.
it's been kind of
I-
nice. Wish
My
blood.
sister,
Yeah.
my sister and I can't wait to ruin it.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I missed that voice.
And I'll be
Oh, yeah.
happy to get this done too. So I'm happy to
Yes.
do Ravnica. So
Um,
we can move
I-
on.
by the way, I don't think I said this before, but I'm going on vacation from the 15th to the 23rd, so I won't be available on the 17th to play.
Okay.
Just 2 weeks.
February?
Yes.
Because I'm going out of town in March.
Oh, I'm
Ah.
also
the
going out of town in March.
When in March?
Like the 10th through the. Hold on.
So no mahogany for the next Albion session. Noted.
Sad.
It's okay though. I don't need you.
Don't do this to me.
Oh, you lucked out on drawing a card. 'cause
I think
it's
the
Albion.
4th through the 10th.
The 4th, the 10th. So you just
That's
be missing
only
the 10th.
one.
I would be missing the 24th and the 31st. Because I'm going to Alaska from the 23rd to the 1st.
Oh man.
Say hi to Katie and Roberto.
Yeah, I will. They're the ones who bought me the plane ticket.
What? They buy you a ticket to come visit? That's nice.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing on my birthday the last couple years.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Come
so
on
it's
up
like
and hang
it's
out.
also it's my parents too. So like my parents and my sister like split a ticket to fly me up so we can all hang out as a family.
That's fucking awesome. I like it.
Yeah, it's honestly better than like a physical object.
Yeah, fucking gifts.
Experiences.
Memories.
Yeah,
Which is
just
us,
seeing
right?
my
We're all
family,
gonna
you
get
know.
together someday and actually play D&D in real
You know,
person. That'd be cool.
I would love that.
Also, the next time I see you guys, my goddaughter will have been born.
Nice.
What?
Oh.
She's getting my best friend is getting induced on the 9th, so the day before we play next week. And so I will be with her 6 a.m. getting induced at the hospital.
Speaking of which, when we next come back to this shenanigans, I would like to talk about what our plans are for getting together and meeting, because I do believe with because you guys will probably get like 1 or 2 more actual missions in. I'm hoping that I can make you guys at least level 17 before the end.
20, 20, 20, 20,
I-
20, 20, 20, 20.
If I try to make you 20, we'll be waiting until next fucking winter to get it done. Like,
I mean,
Only been 5
do with me.
years so far. Like, who fucking cares?
well, and that's the only problem is like I want to meet you guys before that time. Like, but whatever.
Oh,
And we
you were
all
trying
have to
do-
go.
You were trying to like do the finale together, right?
Yes.
Or something.
I thought we were doing like this before the wedding.
well, the wedding is until 2024.
So we got time. We got
Yes,
time to
we
get
do.
to 20.
Yes, we do.
We can
2024 is
become
only
20.
10 short months away.
Uh-huh.
Oh God.
Eh.
Well, 11.
Everyone's like,
We're at the very beginning of February.
Oh, all
I feel
right.
like you
Thorns
gotta
had
count.
the end of the campaign written for 3 years.
I've
and
been
he's just
I've been
waiting.
pretty fucking ready for a long
Well,
time
also,
now.
also 2024 in the 8th month. So it's like a year and 8 months.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just wait until then.
Yeah, as long as I know in advance, I gotta ask for it off, obviously.
All right. Well,
guessing
I'll
summer
stop.
is probably
I'll
best
stop
for
moaning
most
about it.
Yeah, why don't you build your house, Torn? We'll come visit you, bro.
I mean, I should
Quick.
be done with it by the end of this summer if everything allows.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's,
Yeah. It'll be nice once it's done, for sure.
Nice.
Goodness sakes. Anyways, I will end the recording there because I think we're done. But